You don't have to be signed into Twitch to count as a viewer, I think.
Yes.
All right. So,
Mute.
Nice.
does everyone remember what happened last time?
Things and stuff.
We found that weird basement that had all the
All the
equipment
loot
stuff.
and gear.
The loot, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
which was
guys hoisted out a
needed.
piece of equipment.
Yeah, we well, it was the machine that we think made the sleeping thing, the sleeping drought. And we determined, what was it? It had 5 components, and it most likely had like dragon blood in it, and then it was like held together by something not of this world, essentially.
Glue.
No, it acted as the glue, but it wasn't like.
It's JB
Like-
Weld.
And if I remember,
Yep. Who's
If I
JB?
Famous wizard.
We're currently trying to find the HH guy. I suspected he was the old hermit in the mountain, but I honestly don't 100% remember if that's
We
right or
didn't-
not.
Yeah, we didn't see anybody on our trek back, right?
No, yeah,
Any
but like
hermit-like people?
that was my guess as like who that was, but I know that from Sai's like where she grew up, the shop her dad used to work in had shipments from an HH, and I honestly guessed that it was the guy in the mountaintop because I was like, oh, hermit, that guy.
Checks out.
Yeah. So you guys found this abandoned workshop. You searched it for a bunch of stuff, found a bunch of information, loaded up what gear you could find there, and loaded it all up into a cart. Took a bunch of stuff from a storage room to kind of resupply yourselves. You made your 3-day journey back towards the Kobold Den with your carriage and newfound horse, which I don't know. Nobody's named it
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
so it's just horse for the time being.
It's just horse. It's Hatch's horse.
Yeah. Hatched
Mine.
up some carrots for
Can
it.
we just leave it like that? It's just this is horse.
Just horse.
No.
Yeah.
I will be naming it.
But
Well,
yeah, so brought that
Hatch is a
back.
horse girl.
Brought the remains of the giant weird alembic thing that you found to some of your click clack and clank, your kobold inventors and stuff. See if they could make anything of
We
it.
gave them instructions. Yeah.
And then went and reported to Mary, and I believe that's pretty much where we left off. Was you guys standing in the large central chamber, the royal chamber, and yeah, that is where we are at the moment. So, what would you guys like
I think
to
Sai mentioned.
do?
I think Sai mentioned that she thinks that the HH guy is the hermit in the woods, but she wasn't sure if it was the guy in the mountain or just like some other random guy. But the guy in the mountain seems like a good place to start.
Yep.
Right. Well, Mary says, "Well, I mean, if you need to rest or anything like that here, you're more than welcome to stay and eat supper and everything. And we would like to learn as much as we could as fast as we could, I suppose. But I guess don't want to rush you if you're not ready. If there's anything we can do for you guys, if you feel free to let us know. But yeah, I appreciate what you've done so far. We probably wouldn't have been able to get this far without you guys at the very least. So."
It's what we
Yeah,
do.
I think
Hatch just gives a thumbs up and walks away.
I think we should at least take them up on the offer for food. We still don't really have a whole heck of a lot of supplies for that, but
Yeah.
I mean, we have lots. Gelgi is more than happy to feed you guys. They all know you're here to help, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We can only offer you like as much food though as you like. You can eat here. We can't really offer to like, give any away for travels and things. So
yeah, that's fair.
hope you guys
No
understand.
road snacks.
What are rogue snacks?
Road.
Oh, road snacks. Sorry, I thought. Never mind. I'm mishearing. I mean,
Hatch just shoves the carrots further in his bag.
Rogue snacks are usually a soft cookie.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe if he eats enough carrots, he can see in the dark.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
That's a myth
like
put on by Big Carrot.
Conspiracy theorist
20.
Zick.
I'm coming back down. Sai's making her way back down to towards the kitchen, basically.
What time of day is it?
I believe you guys kind of arrived closer to evening time because you guys had spent most of your day kind of traveling, and you guys got here probably about like just before when you would kind of like eat supper or whatever.
Mhm.
You dropped off all your stuff and then you went down and you talked with her. As you guys get closer up to the like the dining hall and stuff, it's very loud and ruckus in here, but even so, you can hear a bit of like a commotion going on in the like the forge room.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, have we offloaded that
We did.
Yes.
potion? Okay. Good, the grunts are doing something.
Going
So
on
you guys-
click,
Probably
clack, clank,
go
and Bob.
So you guys
We should probably
you
go
guys
see if they're
make your way
okay.
into the room and you see Clank is like passed out on the floor next to a bunch of the like unpacked and like mildly disassembled pieces of equipment.
Ooh,
You can see like
shit.
Click and
Oh, he
Clack
should be
kind of
okay.
like panicking. They're like, "Oh my god, what did we do? Is he dead?" They're like trying to like give him like chest compressions and stuff, like trying to like slap him awake.
Wait, you're gonna break his ribs.
Nah, he's just sleeping.
Well, I
from
mean, it's
the-
breaks ribs. They're doing it right.
Which one is
True.
the one unconscious?
This guy here, I'll give him
Oh.
I'll give him a. Oop.
Can I like
He's like
can I like
kind of
see
like
if he's like
sitting
still
out in the
breathing and
middle.
alive?
Yeah, make me a medicine check.
Like press my fingers against his neck.
Don't choke him.
Ooh.
He's
I don't know,
dead.
man.
She is choking him.
I don't know his anatomy.
Hey, you hold your fingers there for a little bit. Like you don't feel a pulse.
Kind of like just looks just, like looks between him and the other three. It's like it's fine. uh,
Didn't you touch it?
yeah. What exactly happened?
We were disassembling a
you
lot of the
just go-
parts, trying to figure out exactly how it worked, and we were kind of trying to figure out how the entire thing went together. Bob was reading the book, and then we heard a thud, and then we turned around, and he was just laying on the ground.
Can I look into the box that he was like unloading?
Yeah, sure. You see
Let me see.
a bunch of pieces of the equipment and stuff like that. You see there was like a piece, like a center portion of tubing that he was kind of like looked like he was lifting out when something happened.
Does it look like any of that green residue that put me to sleep is in it?
It does. It looks like on the inside of the tubing there is a kind of a dark green dried residue.
All right. Well, putting two and two together, I was like, no, he's not dead. Sleep.
Just gonna have a good nap.
He's gonna have a real good nap. I don't know how potent this is. She's like kind of like mumbling to herself. She's like, well, when I touched it, it was really dried out and not. Just keep an eye on him. He's probably gonna wake up soon.
What's soon?
3 months later.
Well,
8 hours, 9.
So I kind of like
Couple
lift
days.
up the tube thing, being really careful not to touch the green stuff. I'm like, so you see this stuff? I touched something similar to that, and I was asleep for an entire day.
An entire
So-
day?
An entire day. So,
But
so
you
you're not
didn't die, right?
no, I didn't
Black
die.
like gets up to you
I
and
clearly
like goes to like touch your like grab your wrist or whatever, and then like recoils. He's like, "Oh my god, you're cold as a ghost. Are you sure you're not dead?"
she kind of just like looks at him. She's like, I'm talking to you though. Like, I'm not a ghost.
You should. I didn't
Some
say you were a
lizards out there.
ghost. You could be a zombie or something. Are you a lich?
I'm not. No, I'm just an Eldrin.
Are you so cold?
I live in winter, I guess you could say. I am eternal winter. But
He just like stares up at you
yeah.
for a little bit, and then he blinks, and it's like left eye, right eye, and like.
she's like kind of thinking to herself. She's like, how do I put this? So
Sick. These are your finest.
My kind, we have
Yeah.
seasons. Like you have seasons outside on the trees.
Uh-huh.
I am in winter currently, which is why I'm cold and blue. She's like kind of like
Like thinks
she's
for a
like,
moment and
yeah.
kind of furrows his brow and he said, "What? Why are you winter if it's not winter?"
I think it's
She
because she's
kind
a
of like,
woman.
no.
Whoa, Zick,
What?
you can't say that, dude. Chill.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah. She kind of just like shrugs. She's like,
Yelgi's
I
a
don't
woman
know.
and she's our best cook. Wait, that's maybe
Yeah.
not the best example.
Ah, stereotype.
About the high
Mary is a
priestess.
woman and
I
she's our
say it.
dragon priestess. There we go. That's a much better example. Let's use Mary as an example and not our. Forget I said anything about Yelgi.
Go straight to the cook, eh?
So she kind of shrugs. She's like, I've been like this for a while. Don't really know how to swap back, honestly.
Well, as
But,
long as you're not dead.
yeah. Nope. Just keep an eye on him, and if he's asleep tomorrow, just make sure to like give him some water and maybe some soup so he doesn't like starve. But
Flashbacks to
What kind of
Grid.
soup?
yeah. I don't know, things that like nutrients, I guess. Like she's like, I don't know.
Doesn't
Just boil some bones.
bone soup?
No,
Is that the trick?
not no. Just okay.
Meat
Just
and veggies.
some broth, yeah, some stuff that he wouldn't choke on, so like liquefy everything basically.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Mhm, mhm. And yeah, you probably want to get him like not on the floor so you guys aren't tripping over him, because chances are if there's stuff in this pipe, there's probably more of it in the other pipes.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, we'll move him to the beds and stuff so that he can lie down. We'll help bring him
I
over there right
suggest
away.
gloves.
And yeah, okay. So don't touch the green stuff. Got it.
Don't touch the green stuff.
Colin, do I
Okay.
see any gloves anywhere?
I don't think, or yeah, you'd probably see some
Although-
over by like the forge where they're doing like metal work and stuff like that.
I'm just gonna move
Uh-oh.
my cat. Walk over to the forge, I grab the gloves, and I just kind of throw them at him. It's like, where are these?
I feel like those would be more like leather gloves, and my
Yeah.
experience with leather
I
gloves, they
still-
don't do shit for
They-
liquids.
they're absorbent.
Yeah.
It's where we find out the kobolds are colorblind.
Well, regardless, we'll be careful. Don't worry.
Good. Okay. Gonna go get some food now. She's like starts leaving the room.
Okay, bye. And they start
Okay,
like picking
bye.
Clank up and like throwing his arms over their shoulders and start like walking him out towards the beds and stuff so that they can lay him
Can
down.
Hatch help pick him up and carry him instead?
Yeah, like you could probably easily pick him up on your own.
Like princess style, just like
If kobolds had scruffs.
Absolutely. Like, I'm just gonna pick him up and carry him to the beds.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that looks way easier for you than it is for us.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm gonna start heading that way then.
Okay. I'll just move his token over there.
Well,
So Zick, how do you like even get in that? It's just like gesturing to the table. It's like, how do you even get food and all of that? Like, it feels like a
Just
little
gotta
crowded.
force your way in.
Okay. I don't
Let's see, just come to the kitchen. Just come to the kitchen.
Thank you.
We have a saying here in our Kobold Den: if you don't eat fast, you don't eat at all.
True.
Yeah.
We're just going to the source.
Hatch is just
Like,
like standing over
as-
everyone.
As like one of the assistant kobolds starts bringing things up, I'll just like grab the plate and be like, I got it.
You're like, oh my, thank you. He just like hands you like a full plate of. It looks like almost like popovers or something.
Yeah. Like
What are those?
It's like a baked
like the
bread
little
type
muffin.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Q size tavern days. Like it's just like on the tips of her fingers, like on her shoulder. She starts walking over to the rest of the group.
Yeah, with It's surprising how well she balances a plate of these on one hand.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Start, like,
most of the
divvying 'em
stuff
up
in the
between
kitchen
us.
is just raw ingredients. But yeah, if you like intercept Snooks as he's bringing out a plate of finished stuff, then yeah, you can definitely
Mhm.
definitely grab
I'll
that.
start like divvying them up between. How many are there, like, roughly?
On the plate, I will say like a dozen.
A dozen? Okay. I'll take like 4 of them. Like, that's my dinner. I just hand them to Bram and Giovanni.
So we'll say between the popovers and then yeah, like Zick, Percy, and Hatch just kind of like reaching in and grabbing stuff off the table, which is basically what they're doing. Like, you even see like other kobolds kind of like run up and they just kind of like squeeze their way between the shoulders of some of them that are sitting at the table and just like grab a couple handfuls of stuff and then like skitter back off to wherever they came from while they're eating. It's a yeah, it's a disaster, but there's also lots of food. So.
It's
Hatch is
functioning.
having the time of his life
Koboldy
with this.
kobold
That is a
world out
fact.
here.
He is having fun.
Yeah.
Pat just like got both arms over the kobolds and he's like reaching around both of them to grab stuff off the table.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat!
And Sai is very quietly eating her popovers.
Yeah, I mean, and they're pretty good. Like, as far as popovers go, like, you've had other like baked confectionaries at the tavern that you worked at and stuff, and like these are, I don't know, like they would sell well if they were there. It's by no means like mediocre kobold food like you would expect. Kind of, it looks like they've taken a lot of current culture and kind of adopted that for their meals.
Mm. Why are there? It's 4th of July was yesterday. There's fireworks outside my window again.
No
Is,
kidding.
is
This is
Zick
gunshots.
actually that small in comparison
What's that?
What?
to the rest of them?
No, they all should be that small.
No, yeah, they all should be that small. It's just the
That's-
default token. They don't shrink tokens unless they're tiny, which for me doesn't really make any sense because a small creature is like half the size of a medium creature, so they should technically all be that size,
Zick
but
is
I didn't
like-
want to deal with shrinking all of the tokens and making new tokens for all of them.
No,
because
that's
Zig
fair,
is
that's
like
fair.
just half an inch
He's-
shorter than
he's
everyone
half-
else, and
He was
yeah,
the runt of the litter.
yeah,
5'9" versus 6 foot.
exactly, yeah, like just under it, and it's just like, well,
Also, these popovers look absolutely gas.
Dude, the ones
Yeah.
on Google look amazing.
yeah, no, they're good.
Now time to Google this.
And everybody Google popovers.
Oh, I wanna.
They're like, yeah, they look gas.
They're really good.
Who'd have thought a
Sai's
kobold could
gonna-
make these?
Look like
That's
Sai's
it.
gonna
I'm
store one
looking
in
up recipes.
her bag for breakfast, basically.
I'll fucking make one of these later.
So close, Travis.
Orgasm.
Even your attempt, even your
Awesome.
second attempt is still like
Correct.
It's good enough.
Yes. All right, so
I'm happy
I
you
guess
can't spell
we're-
that, honestly.
He knows how to commit one though.
Jesus.
There was a commitment, and he failed twice.
Yeah. So you guys are all able to enjoy
Okay.
a delicious meal made by the kobolds. What else would you like to do?
I guess we spend the night, basically. Like, do we
Yeah.
want to do anything else?
Do we have any leads on like the Hermit Man?
Yeah, we said go to the mountain thing. That was.
Oh
the
yeah.
lead. Yeah, I was like,
That narrows it
you know,
down.
like half what I was saying. It's just kind of back the way we came, truthfully. But I think it's like, but because we have the horse and carriage now, it's gonna be a little bit faster.
Can we just leave the horse's name as horse?
Yes.
Well,
Can we
Fuck
name the
no, we're
cart
not.
also horse?
No, we're not
the
fucking.
cart.
No,
It's
no.
horse pulling horse. What?
Can we name the horse Friday?
No.
Why? I think Hatch wants to name the horse.
Damn right.
Its name is Horse.
Everyone else calls him horse. Hatch just like, no, his name is whatever.
He's Goliad. No.
His name is Major Tom.
Ground control.
All right.
Oh.
Guess we're just heading back up to the beds.
Let's say we can.
Oh,
Here, I'll
that's a
just
little
move you guys onto the splash page because it doesn't really.
All right.
Appreciated.
You don't need to
Thank
move your tokens around
Yeah.
for all of this. Yeah.
Less walking.
Yeah.
So you guys go to your beds. Everyone else sleeps with most of the grunts for the evening. Zik takes his own bedding. And yeah, you guys are all able to get a long rest. You wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and rejuvenated and slightly stronger than you were the day before. And
Yeah, right. It's like, huh? My spell book's like glowing now. It's like, that's new.
I don't have a crack in my knee anymore.
Yeah.
Hatch's muscles are bigger.
Just slightly.
Mm.
The one just gains like a single like new vein, basically. Just like
Small. It may be small on the surface, but it means a lot.
Alright. So I guess we're heading to the mountains.
you guys are taking the cart.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, how does that work?
What?
Well, I have the song of rest thing now.
That's for short rests.
Then never mind.
Never mind.
Gonna
Do
roll
not
my
need to
It's
roll
later.
any.
20s.
We'll get to use it later.
Not very good, but
You went divination.
Yep.
Nice. I'd say they don't have to
Just
be
an
good.
ultra
You can use them for other
True.
people.
It's not enemies,
yeah.
My general rule
so
of
the
thumb,
climbing
if it's,
over lava, give them a 7.
yeah, I was gonna say my general rule of
Ooh,
thumb, if it's
that's funny.
over 10,
No,
it's
7.
for me. If it's under 10, it's for them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that nat 20? 7.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you guys
So I think
all
I can do
you guys all
after here.
pile into the cart. You can fit about 4 people in the back of it, and then have somebody kind of like sitting at the front driving it.
Well, Zik's a small creature though, so he can just like he can hang out.
It's not a big cart for the most part. So like if
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
although he's a small creature, there's basically like you can divide the cart into 4 sections kind of. So 3 medium creatures can take 3 of the sections, and then it leaves 1 section left. So if Zik's sitting there, then there's not quite enough room for another person. So it's hit or miss.
Okay.
I am sitting there, so
I am saying
figure it out amongst yourselves.
Does anyone have animal handling?
Oh, it's 4 people
Or
in total.
proficiency?
Sorry, including the
I'm
driver.
driving it. I don't care.
So.
Oh, including the driver. Okay.
Could use your flying disc. Just like have it dragged back.
So you
True.
could technically
it's
have
up,
your
so someone could sit on it.
you could technically have your driver ride the horse if you wanted.
True. And then have someone like sit in like the coach spot.
Yeah.
Giddy up, horsey.
Okay.
You're in the coach
There's a-
spot. I'm riding the
there-
horse.
So there's a spot available on the floating disc.
Oh, that's true.
He'll just be 20 feet behind.
So Hatch could be on the horse. You could have Zik and 3 others in the cart, and then the last person sitting on the floating disc being carried 30 feet behind the cart.
Oh, I'd like to be on the floating disc, like surfing though.
You just gotta share with my rat.
He's like one of those like rotating like ballerina
It
dolls
can
that's
be
like
a
playing music the entire
ratatouille
time.
thing.
Ratatouille thing.
You ride the disc, the rat rides you.
Okay, this works. This works. This works out. This worked out perfectly.
And you can
That's
play your
amazing.
lute.
Yeah.
Alright, I think
Beach
that
bum
works.
music.
Beach.
Okay.
So Hatch is driving, Giovanni's on the disc, and everyone else is in the cart. Okay.
Perfect. So you guys start making your way out, back the direction you
Making our way
came, towards the mountain pass kind of area. You travel for a good portion of the day. You cover more ground than you would have on foot within your first day of travel, before like the sun starts to go down, kind of. But probably around 3-4 o'clock, you guys, I think because everybody has around the same passive perception, start to notice the sounds of like rustling through the trees kind of beside you. And Hatch, you stop the cart as you see out on the path ahead of you, probably 40 feet or so, what looks like a dog, kind of like starts to like walk its way out of the trees and kind of like stops on the path in front of you. It looks fairly big for a dog, not like crazy large, but more like kind of like wolf sized, like a big husky or something. It's very slender and has like a kind of like a long neck, and you see like the tips of its ears go into like very like elongated kind of furry points. And it kind of like walks across the path and kind of like stops standing in the middle. And let me just mute the thing for 24 hours. There we go. And it kind of like stops in the middle, and it has like its head down, and its ears are kind of like down as well, and it just kind of like stops in front of you, staring you down.
Based on its body language, could I make a check to see if it's like going to be aggressive or is it kind of like timid?
Sure, make an animal handling or insight, I guess.
I have no fucking
Well,
clue.
Yeah.
you're like, puppy!
Whatever you think.
Oh, realistically, what I Hatch.
Not much.
Puppy.
Puppy!
Can I pet that dog?
Can I
Pet
pet
that
that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Hatch, no.
Or pet the dog? I'm gonna get off the horse and start approaching the dog.
Oh, jeez.
It just kind of like stands there. It doesn't like move or anything. You start to like step closer and closer towards it, and it kind of just like it keeps its eyes locked onto you, but it doesn't really move. What exactly are you doing as you start to get closer? You're probably hitting like 15-ish feet now.
I'm gonna stop it like there, and I'm gonna crouch down and like hold my hand out like the back of my hand facing toward it, almost like I'm trying to get it to come smell me.
How's your chips, Braden?
I made it like a second after. Leave me alone.
While Hatch is doing this, can I like look behind us and see if there's anything like else in
Sure,
like
make a
nearby?
perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Nat one.
Not a 1. It was a 7 though.
There is a 1 there.
There-
And Hatch, make me an animal handling check, I guess.
Please be an at one so I can.
No, I see improvements.
Progressively better.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Sai, you look around, you don't see anything behind you, the path looks clear. Hatch, you start to get like a little bit closer to it, and it keeps its eyes locked onto you, and it keeps its head kind of down, but it still doesn't move.
I'm surprised he's got this far.
So am I.
Yeah. If anyone were to approach a wild dog and live, it'd probably be him.
Probably.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna start.
we
I'm
should
like.
this.
I'm gonna get a little bit lower and see if I can like approach it again,
Okay, you want to move a little
but like
bit
a little bit
closer
slower this time.
into
Yeah.
like the
He's, like,
10
on the
foot
floor.
range. Okay. You've already had 2 animal handling checks, so it kind of just like it keeps its ears down. You see its head kind of like recoil back a little bit, but it keeps its position locked fairly firmly in the ground. Like its body language seems to be kind of like showing like cautious almost or defensive, or you're not quite sure. But
Give it a potato.
I offered it a potato.
okay, you kind of like hold it out, kind of like looks at you a little bit, and then it takes like a step back, and then looks at you.
I would like to toss the potato toward it, not at it, toward it, just in front of it.
It like thunk 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 kind of like rolls across the ground, and it just doesn't take its eyes off you.
I'm starting to think the dog doesn't like me.
You get closer and find out.
Bet it.
I think the dog's like an illusion or something.
Hatch is gonna stand up and start walking back toward the horse.
It barks.
I bark back.
You
Hold
send
on,
it
I
back
was-
towards the horse.
I just gotta read insight again. Why preceding someone's next move, doing involves getting clues from body language, speech, habits, and changing in that. Colin, would I be able to insight the bark to whether it's like an attention grabbing bark or
Sure. Go ahead.
Is this like a Lassie moment? Kids trapped
Yeah,
down the
right.
wells trying to
What
get
is
us
it,
to
girl?
follow
Someone in
them.
the well? Oh damn.
Hey.
I changed that 20 to a 7. No, I can't do that.
That'd be so funny.
So I think you're able to identify, just because of your like line of work, kind of. It seemed more like a signaling bark, and you will be the only one that is not surprised, as another larger group springs out of the trees next to you guys to attack you.
Nah.
It
Good thing I'm
seemed to
20
be
feet away on
it
this
seemed to
disc.
be attempting to distract, as opposed so that its allies could get closer. So everybody roll me some initiative. Start this session with a combat. Why not?
What?
Great start.
Wait, didn't I get danger sense? No, I think that's later on.
So I think that's way too early level.
Say danger
Yeah.
sense is the feet. Do you believe?
no? It's not. That's alert.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
It's like
danger
the same
sense is
thing.
a barb thing,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like level
but it's for
5 or
deck saves. I
something
don't
like
think
that.
it helps for initiative.
Oh ho, I'm last.
Sure aren't.
Second last.
Ho ho.
You trash kid.
Yeah, I do have danger sense. That's funny.
Dude, lift me 20 feet in the air up on the disc, please.
I cannot do that.
Oh, oh.
You're very much on ground level by yourself.
You're overestimating Tensor's floating disc.
Let me levitate.
It ain't cool like that, homie.
So I'm surprised you've been able to find a use for it already. But, so yeah, we will start with their initiative. Brangarn actually with a 19, also being the only one that is not surprised, able to react to this as you hear its bark and you kind of like hear that it wasn't necessarily intended towards Hatch, but towards something else. You kind of give a quick look around and you see a pack of what looks to be like 6 more of these dogs off to your guys' left in the trees that are quickly making their way towards you. They looks like they go from like a prowling through the brush to a like a full-on sprint almost as the bark kind of comes out. They also
So,
rolled a 19 for their stealth, just so you know, as far as your perception
Damn.
check goes, Sai.
Yeah. I was like,
Um,
this seems really sus.
And they get a +5, so that was a 24 stealth check.
Yeah.
How high are we off the like cart, like standing into it, like off the ground?
The bottom of the cart is probably like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 feet off of the ground. And then there's like the ledge, I guess, that comes up probably like a foot and a half over the edge to kind of like keep stuff in. So.
Okay, because like thought process using cart as cover kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you like laid
Got it,
down or
yeah.
something, it might give you cover. If you kind of like crouch, you could get like somewhat partial cover
Basically,
from it. I
using like
think.
the high ground when like beasts are attacking like at a lower level kind of thing. That was my thought process.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going first.
It also
I
seems you're the
guess-
only one that notices these dogs coming at you from the trees. So.
Yeah, we're also just staring at Hatch. Like, what is he doing?
I wanted to pet the dog.
So I am just going to cast this on myself. So pretty much what Brengard does is he just puts up his cloak hood and he taps C on the shoulder.
Oh, I'm like hard staring at Hatch, like, yeah, whatever. Like, wave him off.
And I'm gonna stay on the cart.
Okay. Everyone else is surprised.
Giovanni's getting circled.
No, dog.
Dinner on a silver platter.
They're gonna go for Major Tom.
Go!
No.
So
Leave the
Zick,
horse
be careful,
alone.
your rat.
My rat can come back.
10. It runs right up to you,
Giovanni,
Hatch,
not so much.
and like jumps and leaps at you, and then you see its like paws shimmer a little bit, and it disappears.
I fucking knew it. I said, I
Wait.
was like, this feels like an illusion.
And then it reappears in front of Percy
Oh, the fuck?
Oh hi.
as it teleports.
Oh,
The
is this
rest of them will do something similar, as in an instant they all dissipate. You hear a faint, like, magical popping sound as they all blink 40 feet forward.
Oh,
Hey,
well.
yo, look at this fucking dog.
what
This
dog?
immediately is
Dog?
getting worse.
I must protect Major Tom.
Bro, Major Tom's in the back and is not having fun.
So they are all going to make some attacks. Also, I can show you guys their handout.
Blink dog? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Whichever one's attacking me, I give it a 7. I have to do it before the roll, so
I give it a 7.
I just want that to be known.
Okay. So we'll do Giovanni first.
R.I.P. Giovanni.
Two. You are surprised, so they are going to have advantage. 9 is going to miss. And a 20 will
A
hit
20 does, in fact, bite me.
for 7 points of piercing damage.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Control your dog, bro.
Rangarn, you're going to get 2 attacks. You'll have +2 to your AC from the cart. And they don't have advantage because you saw them coming. 5,
Miss.
16.
So 16, so 13, 14, 15, plus 2 from cart?
17, so miss.
Miss. Yeah, it'd be a miss.
And then Zick, it rolls a 7, so 10 to hit. Zick,
Wouldn't that be a 7?
well, it rolls a 7, and then it still gets its modifiers. So 10 to hit.
Oh, 10 misses.
And then Percy, you're going to get 1. This one will be at advantage. See them coming. 15, I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
And then your guys' horse is also going to get 1.
Horse.
Also be advantage.
Not horse.
Another 15.
No, not Major Tom.
Let's see, what's the draft horses? 10. So it does hit for 3 points of damage. That.
Oh, she knocked off those candles.
Who
The
did?
candelabra.
Of what?
All the candles.
Rangar.
Those all have candle holders, that whole thing.
Oh,
They're all gone.
Brang, let me go first.
Rangar?
sorry. Mom was talking to me.
Wait, did I get
Brangard, you
skipped?
should let me go first.
Oh no, we got surprised. Okay, never mind. I was so confused for a second. I was like,
What's
what?
your dex modifier? Is it greater than 2?
It doesn't matter, we can decide, but it's 2.
I feel like I should be going first because I was able to perceive the attack.
Well, you did
Hey,
get to go
so-
first. That's why you rolled your mage armor and took cover behind the cover.
Yeah.
If you don't want advantage on your attack, then you go right ahead and go first.
I will go first.
Sit you?
I'm just gonna attack the one right in front of me with a dagger.
What's in front of you? The one to your south?
Yes, south. And it misses, and then I'm gonna offhand attack with a dagger again. That wouldn't be proficiency bonus, it'd just be
Still the same to attack. It's the only thing that changes with an offhand is you don't add your modifier to damage.
so 18
Hits.
with offhand. So it would be 6 plus 10 sneak.
No, not 6, because you don't get to add your modifier to damage. It's an offhand attack.
Okay.
So you take away the
Okay.
+2 that you get. So it'd just be your 4 that you rolled for damage and then your sneak.
Okay.
8.
8.
Oh god damn it. I dragged them all separately. Why are they all cloned?
That's
I
weird.
literally dragged them all onto the thing separately.
They have a shared health pool. Oh,
See, and now, like, even the ones
Big
when
dog.
even when I bring them in,
who called
they're
Mama?
still at-
Who called the
I
Mama?
literally don't get why this, like,
It
But-
must be a setting.
if I drag literally any token on now, it's gonna be the exact. What the? Why? What if I do like this and then? Why is this like this? I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever. We're just gonna do. I'll put in a different bubble how much damage they've taken, I guess. Sure. Alright. So their health pool won't change. I guess you'll just have to deal with it for the time being. Alright, is that it for your turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to Draconic Cry. So all enemies within 10 feet will have advantage on attacks against them.
Nice. What is
So
what is
the-
Zix Draconic Cry?
No one knows what the outhouse is.
that
This king's way.
that's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I don't know.
Come back to it. No
Yeah.
worries.
And then
Oh, sorry.
it's still my turn.
Sorry.
And then I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
The Draconic Cry is a
Going.
bonus action.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes. It's my cone. Oh no. Okay, good. Won't
Do
hit the
not
horse.
burn the horse, I swear to the Lord. It
So
will be
that won't
executed.
hit that
That's the.
Because my rule of thumb with AoEs is as long as it's taking up more than half the token. So I would argue that that wouldn't hit the horse. 'Cause
But
it's
then
not-
it still wouldn't hit the bottom one.
Oh, true. Yeah.
This was still only 2, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. I'll do those 2 then.
Dex saves?
Yes. 13 DC.
One on the bottom first, I guess. Above it.
8. 10 fire damage each.
Nice. Oh yeah, right. Nice. Didn't quite make him bloodied, but looks like it did a good amount of damage.
And that is my turn.
Great catch.
So he's running straight 30 yards.
Yards.
And we're taking taking the great axe out.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
30 yards is much longer than 30 feet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. So 30 feet, and he's taking
Full spikes on the dog. Like,
because he saw Major Tom get bit by one of these teleporting dogs. That makes no sense to him.
you're
He's
unnatural. Smash.
Definitely going into rage and immediately swinging with a great axe to the dog straight in front of him.
You have advantage. Actually, no, you do not, because you.
I lied.
Hold on.
Well, 21 is still 21.
Good to hit. Oh yeah. 21 hits. 12 points of slashing damage is just enough to kill it. In combo with the burning hands, it looks like it was just enough. So you cleanly finish off one of these dogs that attacked your horse. Good math, Giovanni. 10 plus 12 is 22.
Very good.
Do anything else? I guess that was your rage, most of your movement and action, so probably not.
Yep, that's everything. That's my turn.
Percy.
I'm gonna swing at the one directly west to me. A 12.
12 does not hit.
You have advantage.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just. It says the enemies have to be within 10 feet to get advantage on attacks. But it doesn't say anything about the allies.
Yeah, no.
Are you
it's
religioning? Why are you religioning
nine.
those dogs?
the name of his weapon.
It's just sending him to heaven.
Huh.
Meeting my god.
We
9.
heard the word tempest.
Do you have a shield, by the way, or are you always doing two hands?
Yeah, I have a shield, so it's always one hand.
Just so I know. You clonk it for 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Are you doing anything else?
No, that'll be it for me.
Okay. So next up is going to be the blink dogs again. We'll have the 2 attack Giovanni again. Ooh, a 6. And a 5. Terrible. 2 at the south end are going to attack Brangarn again. Oh my gosh. 9, 20. There
20
we
hits.
go.
How much?
4 piercing.
Okay.
And then the other 2, I think they're going to basically do like one of these, and they're both going to try and attack Zik, the guy who just produced a bunch of flame.
Ugh. Okay.
18.
That
For
definitely hits.
7 piercing. The other one,
Okay.
ooh, a 6.
Shield.
Shield. Nice.
Brain guard, duck.
I'm a
Did
dwarf.
not mean to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fucking it twice.
One more
I
time.
know. I don't think
Plus
there's
10.
nothing else that you can
Actually.
click on to do. It doesn't have like an attack or anything. So anytime you click on it, it'll just link the ability, I think.
I just said cast, so I was like, oh, because like if you click cast, it automatically uses a spell slot. I didn't think it would
Oh, right.
push it
Gotcha.
through to.
All good. Doesn't hurt. So yeah. So that puts your AC up to what for the turn?
17.
Nice.
Is that +2 from the cart?
He is not currently covered behind it. He was standing out in burning hands. That is going to be them. Giovanni.
Can I try to befriend these dogs so they don't bite me no more?
I mean, if you'd like to, they seem already like they're in attack mode, and one of them has been killed, and the other have been attacked by flame and stuff. So
Giovanni is friend, not food.
I would
You tried
like
to do it
try
before
reject.
initiating combat with them, possibly. Gave Hatch the opportunity. But...
Bulk it up.
Hatch then proceeded to roll
Yeah,
nothing above
two
a 10.
really, really bad animal handling checks in a row, yeah.
It's not my fault. They didn't like me. Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
He's not a dog
Oh,
They
person.
are wild
I'm not
dogs.
a dog person. I'm a horse girl. Okay, that's what I am.
Horse girl.
Horses and dogs typically don't get along, so I mean,
You know, you say that, but then I'm gonna roll this nat 20 right here, and then they're just gonna not bite me, right?
Yeah.
I'll be rolling nat
Sure.
one.
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
it's a nat one. Please be a nat one. Damn it.
Oh, close, close.
Like throw food like further, like this way, but like go get it, go get it.
Go get it.
Okay. It looks like the one on the left, like glances over at the food and is like debating going for it.
Ah.
You won't know until their turn. So. Any bonus action movements or?
Yeah. I mean, just like just
Drums
run
loop,
away.
sadly.
You're gonna provoke
5,
attacks of
10.
opportunity.
Yep. 25 into the trees.
Okay, it'll be difficult terrain once you get in there, but
Yeah, that's where I can get to with my movement.
If it's difficult for me, it's difficult for them.
Nat 1.
you would think that,
7.
but
You would think.
The perfect
I
distraction.
also need to roll for see if they get their blink back. I'll start with the
This
ones
is
that are
less
alive
fun.
on the far left. No, yeah.
that's why I said you would think that. They just blink right next to you. It don't
Yeah.
fucking matter about terrain.
I'm just gonna mark the ones that got their blink back. Well, no, then you guys are gonna know. Yeah, I'll just have to remember.
Put it like the red or the blue circle.
Blue circle is their AC. The green circle is their current health. The red circle is their health. The amount of damage they've taken so far because their health doesn't fucking update properly. So all of the circles are being used up.
It looks like you're on your own.
Oh, here, I know what I'll do. I'll go in the GM layer and I'll just draw a little circle on the ones that have got their thing back. Perfect. Problem solved.
We have the technology.
It's all of them.
Alright. So that was your turn, Giovanni. Sai.
Is there any like movement penalties for getting out of the cart?
Or
Or can I just like jump out?
it's
Half
like
movement,
mounting
okay.
and demounting a horse or something like that.
Okay. So I can get to there.
That's what I'm
Cool. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna pop right there, and then I'm going to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew, which is a line of 30 feet, straight that way.
Ooh, nice.
So they need to roll a dex check of 13.
Okay, start with the one closest to you and go left.
No, he beats it.
13,
Okay. Unfortunate. He
11.
fails.
and a 20.
Jeez.
Alright, so I got the middle one.
Why can't these rolls be on
the
their
middle one is-
attacks? Jeez.
Right? Alright, so the middle one is going to be taking 2d4 at the start of each of its turns, including like the initial 2d4 now. Unless it takes its action to scrape or wash off the acid. So
Oh, okay, so it's like gunked up. Put a little green mark
Yeah,
They're
on it.
dogs, so just do the dog shake thing.
That would be
Just
its,
throws it on us.
that would be its action, yeah.
And then,
That is Brangarn just gets covered in acid.
yeah,
That-
and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to face step back into the cart.
Nice.
Peace out.
What does your caustic brew attack look like?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Mhm.
Because it's like an acid, right? But I imagine it's kind of like wintry themed. It kind of just looks like it looks like the icy sludge you see on the ground. You know what I mean?
He
Like
just
when
throws,
it's like-
Ew, the
Yeah.
slush from like when
Yeah,
you're
the
driving.
slush,
Ew.
yeah.
throw a
Nice.
Slurpee on them.
Nice.
I cast Slurpee.
I guess Slurpee.
Forbidden Slurpee.
It stains their fur. It's like,
Yeah.
That's your turn, I assume?
That's my turn. Yep.
Alrighty, back to Brangarn.
I am going to stay at the one in front of me. I think I have advantage because of Zik, right?
I think it's only for the one turn, right?
Start of his turn? Or
Start of the dog's turn. He gets the acid.
gotcha. Okay.
I'm not sure. What is it, Braden?
Sorry, I was talking to Shelby. It is till the start of my next turn.
Oh, okay. Alright. My bad.
Alrighty. Well, then you would still have advantage, yes.
Okay. So 20.
20 does hit. So.
12.
The south one again, I assume?
Yep, yes. The caustic brew one, because I don't want him to shake.
Okay.
It won't like hit you with it. Like it's just
Still, I don't want it on my traveling.
Cool.
And then I'm just gonna offhand dagger attack it.
Okay. Looking pretty injured after that first one.
Woo, net 20.
Nice. Four, 8, and then the other one. It had 4 HP left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm like, I've still not 100% on offhand damage, but the damage is damage.
Yeah, it's honestly easier if you just like go on the left and just roll your damage die singularly, and then you don't have to
Oh,
worry
like a
about it
D4.
adding the
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'll do that next time. And then, oh, I don't have a.
I guess you only get
bonus
sneak
action?
attack once a turn, right? So that first
Yeah,
attack would have been 12, so that one would have only been the 4 plus the 1
Yeah.
extra, so 5, which
Yeah.
was still enough, so you're good.
The reason I was asking, like my first offhand attack with the 6, I didn't know if I would get the sneak.
You do. It's just only once a turn. So if you get the sneak attack
Yeah.
with the first hit, then this offhand obviously. would
Yeah.
be good, so.
Gotcha.
But it gives you another opportunity to potentially get the sneak attack damage at least.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing 2 daggers.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay.
Because I can't move without provoking.
Okay.
So.
Dick.
Saying is this a 2? I assume it's a 200 weapon. I'm just gonna use my chill touch on the one to my west.
Okay, you're gonna be at disadvantage because it's a range attack.
Oh, committed now. God damn it.
Only a 10 does not.
Assuming
You like hold your hands out to cast the spell, and it like tries to like nip at your hand, and you kind of have to like pull back, and it loses you a little bit of the accuracy.
That's my turn.
Hatch.
Hatch. It's gonna move.
That's you.
That's me. That's me, all right. That's my arm. And he's gonna take his great. He's gonna take his great axe, and he's gonna do the. Where is it? The cleave two-handed attack
Okay.
against his north and his east.
Yep. So the attack for each. So you said north first, so the 23 will be to the north, and then 6 to the east. So the 6 does not hit, but you do hit the one on the north.
You do have advantage. I was reading online. It says that you would, even though you weren't within 10 feet.
But you've had the start of your next
That's
turn already, though. So it's.
Oh,
done.
right. Yeah. Never mind.
So 23 hits
Never
for
mind.
13 slashing,
Yeah.
which is just enough to kill it.
And then if I recall, I can use great axe as a one-handed, right? If I remember.
It is a two-handed weapon.
Okay, that's what I thought because I read two-handed. I was like, I don't see one-handed anywhere. It's only rolling once.
Only if it
And
says
that's basically what-
versatile can you use it either one-handed or two-handed.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just read two-handed and was like, oh, maybe I don't know, but yeah. So that's my turn basically.
Percy.
Move. Step on the other dog and hit the one to the south of Zick.
Okay.
Dirty 20
That definitely hits.
for 11.
It is very fucked up. It is still standing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Next up is going to be the blink dogs again. These two are going to blink.
Up.
So
R.I.P.
this guy.
Oh my god!
I'm stressing on pack tactics.
Right.
Bro, fucking
Blink is
chill.
strong enough.
It's like, now that you mention it.
Like, bro, when I saw two of them, I'm like, oh, I'm getting fucked.
And this one's gonna
Because
run
they're
I
out.
was like,
dogs.
yeah.
They're all gonna go after the lone target. Easy
Screw the pooch
pickings.
on that one.
So that'll be 4 attacks. They're not at advantage this time. So 22.
Mhm.
The
7.
next one, I make a 12.
Okay. So 12 plus 3 is 15 to hit.
Yeah, that still hits me.
Okay.
Are you helping or hindering?
He
Are you
tried.
helping?
2 hole piercing.
Ho ho, still up, baby.
Oh, nice.
Next bite, we'll
Third,
drag him
third
down.
one. An 8.
It misses.
And the last one. Another 8. You
Ha
lucky, you lucky dog.
Oh my
Travis
god!
starts playing. I'm still standing.
And then I have to have
Hardly.
the other one re-roll.
I don't hear no bell.
For it
I don't hear no bell.
does not get its blink back. Okay. That is going to be their turn. Giovanni.
Hoo hoo. Disengage.
Idea.
Ho ho. Made it.
Ready? Is that it?
That is it.
Ready? Sigh.
Well, this is neat. I'm gonna pop back out of the cart. Was 5, 10, 15. Ooh. Do we want to use it? Ah, yeah, I have arcane recovery. Let's just do another one. Frost fingers. So that is a cone. 15 feet. I'm actually gonna walk one thing further. Boop. Like up and center with the dog. So that should hit almost all of them except for the one that's like right on the edge there. So they need to make a con save. 13.
Ready. Do the one closest to you. And the one top right. And then
He
the
just
one below
tanked it. Like Jesus.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
God.
this isn't fair. What the
Oh,
fuck?
you have full HP. This isn't fair.
It's like,
20,
good thing those
19,
run on
20.
Geo's attacks.
Bruh.
Wow.
Damn.
She's like, huh.
There's some hardy dogs.
I thought that
They hung.
that would work. That was my idea. Well,
Is that a
shit.
leveled spell? Is it still half if
Yeah.
they
Ooh, let me check. That's a
say
good
if it's
point.
leveled, chances are they still take half damage even if they succeed.
True. Cons. Yeah, half as much as on a save. Thank you for reminding me. So
It's not a complete loss.
13, so half.
So this one still dies.
Yay. I accomplished something.
The one on the top right and the one on the bottom right get hit for the first time.
So, hang on, that was 5, 10.
Yeah, keep in mind that their health bars don't update because of the
Okay.
stupid cloning thing, which I'll figure out one day.
over there. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Rengarn.
Going to drop dagger, draw my short crossbow or my light crossbow, and I drop my dagger too fast.
Like almost hits your foot. You have to like move out of the way.
Yeah,
Throws your-
little sidestep. Huh. Yeah, I guess I'll stay here. That's it.
Zick.
I'll cast Chill Touch on the closest one.
Chill touch.
Chill Touch.
It's slightly Jamaican.
16 for
That's the Grim Reaper.
7
Little natty.
necrotic.
Nice.
Yeah. Why was he Jamaican, actually?
Is that it, Zick?
I'll just like hunker down in the cart.
Yeah. Worth noting, if you don't tell me you're taking
cover.
cover behind something, I will assume you're just standing there. So it
enough.
also does not require really any of your movement to duck behind something. I just need to know that you're doing it. So.
I am ducking. That's it.
Righty, Hatch.
Like he should. Hatch is sprinting in. Can move. Oh, I think it's too far. And he's gonna, like mid-run, about by side, he's gonna drop his great axe and he's gonna pull out both of his hand axes and just start swinging on this one.
Alrighty.
So, this one.
An 11 does not hit.
Okay, and then proficiency thing because it's offhand attack. If I remember, it's I don't add the ability modifier. I just
To the damage.
oh, it did the damage.
Just to the
that's
damage.
right.
So still roll the attack
Okay.
as normal, but then instead of clicking on the damage thing to roll it, just roll the die off of the table on the left, kind of thing.
Okay.
Because it's just the dice damage, and that's it.
I think if I click on this, it might roll it automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just rolls it automatically.
okay, fair
So
enough.
just be. I think it's just 1 damage.
Chip damage, baby.
Chip damage.
Absolutely. Every little bit counts. Is that your turn, I assume?
That is my turn.
Also, do you have... Am I misremembering? I haven't played Barb personally in a long time. Do you always get the +2 to strength attacks when you're raging? Or is that just a specific class or a specific
think
type
that-
of barbarian?
I think that's the +2 comes from
From
the strength modifier.
No. Like,
Oh,
so if you look at rage for 5e,
yes.
there's a couple of conditions that you get while you're raging. You have advantage on strength checks. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you get a +2 bonus to the damage roll. This bonus increases as you level. So you get to add
Yeah.
your rage damage still. So instead of 1 damage, it would be 3 damage. All of your attacks, basically, that you've dealt so far, you could have added an extra 2 damage to. You have to remember your rage
Oh.
damage if you're raging. It doesn't automatically
Okay.
roll it, because D&D Beyond has no way of knowing if you're raging or not.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So still 3 damage then.
All
You
right.
take it.
And then I assume that is your turn. Percy.
I'm gonna move up here, and I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on the dog that Hatch just hit.
Okay.
So it's a
Wisdom save.
DC 13 Wisdom.
And these guys are really good at saves.
Yeah. That'll be it for me.
Alrighty. Let me roll to see if they get their blinks back at the start of their turn. Yes, no, no. Just this boy. Stay there. So it's gonna be 3 attacks on Hatch. 14.
Misses.
An 11 and a
Misses.
nat 20 for 23.
Ooh.
For a whopping 3 points of piercing damage.
Which is halved by rage, if I recall.
Indeed. So
So
a whole one.
Whole one.
one.
Mm-hmm. And then that is going to be their turns. Giovanni.
Just like coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Are you muted, Travis?
I am. I viciously mock the dog, being like, "What kind of dog are you?"
Bad one.
A blink dog. Which one are you?
Look more like a poodle.
The one below hatch. This one here.
Save 13.
Wow.
You're good at
He
saving
can't understand
throws.
you, buddy.
You're a bad dog.
Just wolf at him.
I assume is
That
that
is
it?
my turn. Yes.
Ty.
Well, just gonna Ray of Frost, the one below hatch. 19,
Damn.
and his speed is half. I think was it? Sorry, his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. That it is it.
And that's the south one?
Yes, this is the one below hatch. Yes.
Okay. 4 points of cold. Alrighty.
That's my turn. Yep.
Brangarn.
So I'm gonna attack the one northeast of Hatch with a light crossbow. I am not. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Zick.
Another shield dodge.
Which one?
The one to the south that's been hit quite a few times. 22 for 8 necrotic.
Nice. It's starting to look pretty fucked up.
Still up, goddamn.
Is every time it has been hit a couple times, but it's all been for really low amounts of damage. So.
Oh, fair. That is my turn.
Alrighty. Hatch.
We're swinging. We are swinging. The one to my northeast first.
Yep.
We're...
He's a wily one. I tell you what.
Ooh, I'm trying to debate whether. Fuck it, I want a reckless attack before I swing. So, reckless attack with the hand axe. It's a 13 anyway.
It's not that
Consistent.
It's not that reckless.
13 does hit.
Cool. So, I'm gonna go with.
Six
Do I get to
slashing.
pick one of those?
No, it's always
Oh, yeah,
the
I was
first
about to say,
one.
I was about to say, it's like if it's the same damage, like can I just pick the one with more damage, please?
No.
That's 8 damage.
It's always whatever you rolled. If it auto rolls the damage, then it always just is first. So.
Okay. And then roll the hand axe. Does reckless also do the offhand?
Yeah. All your
Reckless.
attacks have advantage
Okay.
until the start of your next
Cool, and
turn,
then-
and then attacks have advantage on you until the start of your next turn.
And then...
Oh,
Nice.
Nice. So it would just be the 4 plus the 6, so 10. Which is,
Yes.
again, just enough to kill it.
Hey.
How many times you've dealt exactly enough damage? 3 times already. You've dealt just enough damage to kill him.
Hatch is like Superman. He's only as strong as he needs to be.
He doesn't do overkill.
Fair enough.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty, Percy.
And spells didn't really work out for me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give him the bonk. Clearly, that's not working either.
Just, you, like stumble on a rock in the path as you like run up, and it just kind of throws your balance off. You swing wide.
That'll be it for me.
Alrighty. Next up is them.
They got advantage on me.
Just roll to see if they get their thing back. It does.
I assume we're not doing flanking.
No.
You gotta create advantage by yourself.
That's the reason I don't
Fair
do it
enough.
anymore. Is because it encourages people to find methods to give themselves advantage that wouldn't just be stand on the other side.
I'm over here. I get advantage.
That's why Mastermind was so nice.
So 17 on hatch.
That hits.
And 22 on
Ooh.
Both hit.
for 6 points of piercing damage. And 2 points.
And-
Wow, 2 points of piercing damage. Nice.
Whole weapon 4.
More damage.
And
God
then shoop.
I'm assuming they're blinking.
Yeah, they blink 40 feet and then try to sprint off into the trees. Giovanni,
I viciously mock them.
which one?
Which one looks more injured? I don't know this one.
Say hard to tell through the trees.
Yeah, the
South one?
the souther one.
The southern one.
Only cowards retreat.
And intelligent people that
Ha-ha!
know that they're gonna die.
They're
Oh,
dogs.
2
I
points
take my
of self
chances.
damage. Alright,
Haunted forever.
sigh.
It's like, don't think I have anything that can. Actually, hang on. How far away are you? Oh, I can reach them. All right. Like Giovanni said, the souther one, right across.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 2. Or it's a 7 technically, but it's a 2 on my screen. So that's a miss.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm like, meh, I tried.
Okay, Brangarn.
I'm just gonna pick up my dagger. And then make my way over here. And start taking some ears and teeth.
Zick.
Another chill touch to the south one. 3 necrotic.
Nice.
I know when I've been outranged.
And if that's it, then hatch.
That is it.
Hatch is pissed that they're running away, so he's gonna move in front of Percy. Right, and then he's gonna take a shot with a crossbow.
Oh, actually, hold on. I forgot it's rough terrain in here, so they're technically 15 feet closer back. The blink doesn't
Take
care
a
about the
shot
rough
at
terrain,
all
but
of
their
them.
actual movement does. So.
I'm taking a shot the one more north with my crossbow.
Oh.
Did you
Shoot
want
the
to?
south
Did
one.
you want to take a shot then, Brangarn? With that considered,
No, turn's already passed. It's fine.
it was my bad for forgetting about the movement thing, and I did it after you took your turn. So if you wanted to, I'd allow it. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
Which one?
Um,
Yeah, I'm shooting the north one.
Okay.
Fuck, I missed!
Tried.
So it's so easy, is it, huh?
God damn it!
Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, that would be everything.
Percy?
I'm gonna go up to Giovanni. Heal him for 5 HP.
Ho ho.
I lay on hands.
Getting touched.
I'll allow it.
And that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. See if we get the blink back. Yes, and yes. So at this point, they're both going to blink another 40 feet. And run another 15. Actually, and then they're going to take their action to dash, so they can move another 15.
They get enough, okay.
I guess. Well, you guys can just kind of go through it. The order doesn't matter as much. If anybody has something this turn that can hit at that range or wants to do anything, feel free. Otherwise, they are going to keep running.
Chill touch. One of the south. God, consistent. The 19s and 18s. Oh, 2.
Ooh. All right. Anybody else?
I will be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
I'm assuming that means you're not doing anything.
And stay out.
Okay. Nobody else?
No,
I don't believe so.
Then they will finish fleeing into the woods, and you lose sight of them.
Cowards.
So when you guys all started shooting at it, the one at the bottom was at like 10, like basically almost half, and you guys brought it to within like 5 hit points from being dead. The other one was already within 4 hit points of being dead. If you had focused fire on the other one, you would have got him, but
Rip.
it is what it is.
So much gold do they have on them?
Giovanni, how much health do you have?
Like, if I was to rate it on a scale of like 100% to not, it'd be like upset tummy.
That's not a percent.
So he's on death's door.
Are you
What are you
bloody?
saying?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Wait. How far away are we? Because I'll just take a short rest on the way up to the.
You guys are basically still on your first day. You're probably getting to about just before the halfway point.
Up to you.
Let's say we're just traveling by horse, continuing on. I'll just take a short rest. Not waste spell slots or anything.
No.
I would like to basically, what's the word I'm looking for?
Try. How much
Right?
health does Major Tom have?
He's not looking bloodied from his hit.
Okay.
Looks like he's a fairly hardy horse. They didn't hit it too terribly hard. I mean, like, it has injuries, but it's not super messed up. Let's see. Can I give him his health bar? Actually,
Mine's not updating for some reason. I don't know why.
Also, when you're like, I'd like to change their attack to a 12, like, yeah, that was still gonna hit me even without fires. So it's like, oh, okay.
But if it was a nat 20, you would have been thanking me.
there's your damage scaling.
What
You can
was
see his health bar. So.
Oh, that's what it was. That's the word I was looking for. Can I basically, like, before we get moving again, can I lost the word I was looking for. Can I at least skin some of these dogs?
Yeah, sure. If you want to, Brengard's
Jesus.
doing the same thing. So both you guys make me nature checks.
Oh, I'm taking ears and teeth.
Yep, that's the same nature check. So
Okay.
harvesting parts, whether it be skin or ears or
Oh,
teeth, it's still harvesting parts. So.
I am not smart.
Can you make a blink cape or something?
If you run really fast and you say blink, it's a blink cape.
Good job.
Just like hold it over you. Blink.
Like,
So Hatch just starts like hacking into one with his axe and stuff. It is a very primal and gruesome removing of the skin. By the time you're done, it's got like holes in it everywhere. It's just torn to shreds. Yeah. It's like still got pieces of like the flesh connected underneath. It's by no means a salvageable cape or cloak or bit of hide at all. You do not have the knowledge to be able to skin it easily. Brangard, you're easily able to cut off ears enough. It's not quite as complicated of a process. Kind of pop out a few teeth. A few of them break in the process, but you're able to get a couple at the very least. So.
Mm-hmm.
Is the floating disc still up?
Yep.
Yeah, I go like when you're leaning on a beanbag. That's what I'm doing right now.
Ouch.
His arms and legs are like hanging over the edge.
me just looking at bite marks on my arms.
Just his hand dragging in the dirt behind us.
It only lasts an hour, but like at 50 minutes, I'll just like spend the 10 minutes to recast it. So assuming I have the ability to.
It's a ritual, isn't it?
So every once in a while, Giovanni like falls off the disc, and you have to like ritual recast it out of the back of the cart so that he can get back on.
He's gonna walk a little bit.
Do you warn him before the 10 minutes is up every time, or do you just let it disappear?
No, like every half hour, 40 minutes, I'll just recast it, so it just stay up technically, right?
Yeah, sure.
But every once in a while, I'll let it drop.
Just
not
okay,
tell.
for the lulz.
just give me my.
Keep him on his toes.
Yeah.
Just making sure
Well-
you're awake back there.
No.
I'm barely alive.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to short rest on the way up.
Are you guys doing anything else?
I'll use my where is it? I'll use my arcane recovery to recover one of my spell slots.
Well, are you guys
And
stopping to short
now-
rest, or are you?
I imagine like while we're in the cart,
That's what I
we're
mean. Like,
kinda
are you
resting.
doing anything before you guys all get into the cart and go back out on the road?
Oh,
Like,
oh.
anything before I take you guys off the bat?
No.
Oh no, not particularly.
No.
Okay. You guys all pile back in and head back out onto the road. You can travel for another, I don't know, few hours at the very least before the sun starts to set. You don't have too much more time ahead of you. Yeah, eventually the sun starts to go down, and you guys have to stop and find a place to pull the cart off the road, unless you just want to stop and camp in the middle of the path.
I think
I
that's
don't
not a
think-
good idea.
I feel like it is not a good idea.
It's a
You
lot.
guys let me know where you want to stop and rest.
Kind of just like pull the cart to the side of the road and find like a little alcove in the trees to set up camp, I guess.
How far into the trees are you guys going?
I'd say at least 10 feet.
Yeah, I was thinking like 30.
I was thinking like 100, but 30 is fine, I guess.
Let's say
No,
yeah,
not
30,
even 100.
30 seems correct. We can bring the horse. I don't know if the horse would even be able to move into the woods. with
30
us.
in case people
Like
try
we
to
should be
fuck with the
be able
cart.
to unbridle it.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm saying I leave the cart but take the horse with us just in case.
So are you leaving the cart on the road, or are you?
No, we're taking it in with us.
If we can,
If we
if
can,
find
yeah.
a clearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like horribly dense trees. You can probably pull it in a bit. It's just, it's going to be very like bumpy and like slow going kind of thing as you like take the carriage through. It's not terrain that it's meant for,
Yeah.
but it's possible
Okay.
to do.
Okay, we can have someone do that while the rest of us like are setting up camp.
I got it.
All right.
March
I was gonna say you're the carriage man.
It's my horse.
Yes.
Horsey, take break now.
It's okay, my friend. We'll take good break.
Just give him a carrot.
Absolutely.
Give this man a potion of hill giant strength so he can carry the horse.
Next up, I carry the horse and pull the cart.
Horse over the shoulder, pulling the cart with one hand.
The horse is riding the cart.
I'm very confused. Isn't it like one of those like big draft horses too? Like it's
Yep.
like, damn, those
Uh,
things are gigantic.
I mean, there's
we
only
are.
like a couple horses in D&D, and they're all the same size. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
fair
not.
enough.
There's
just
not
like
like
to
a
imagine it's
massive
one of
size
those, like-
difference, but yeah, it is. I think a little bit
Yeah.
bigger than your standard.
I forget what they're called, but there's those type that are
Horse?
like no, there's a type of breed of horse that is like
Really, really
absolutely humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
like,
draft horse.
Clydesdale, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, they're a little terrifying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So you guys pull the cart. Did you say how far into the trees you guys were going?
like 30 feet, probably.
Okay, so not like too far.
No.
Okay.
Enough that we can kind of see the road, but like we're still off of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, you guys are able to stop, set up camp, what does your camp setup entail? Are you guys like setting up campfires and stuff like that, or?
Oh,
So, we have a tent, don't we?
no, I have a tent.
Yeah, it's a 2-person tent though.
I got a big ego and a lot of
Uh-huh.
booze.
I failed you.
Yeah.
Oh, Percy number 1.
So Percy and
Percy
Giovanni
is-
are sharing a tent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the
Yes.
rest of us are
Giovanni's
just
gonna touch
roughing it.
Percy now. Watch out.
It's not like that.
To make it weird.
Like to imagine with just like the tiny scraps of fabric that Sai has, she's like starting to put together something like semblance of a tarp that she can like start the throw over thing. It's not gonna be finished anytime soon. It's just like I'm gonna need this at some point.
You want to make a tarp with bits of fabric?
Yeah. Well, just like a basis of one, and then like attach something waterproof to it later.
Oh,
Like she's
okay,
like
I was
just
gonna
starting
say, I
it.
was like, a lot of the
No,
fabric isn't
no,
gonna
no,
be
yeah.
waterproof. You're
No,
making
no,
a
no, no,
blanket,
yeah.
not a.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. But yeah.
Like the underside of it, I suppose.
Yeah, so you guys all set up camp. Unless anybody else wants to do anything, you guys all go to bed.
Are we doing a watch?
Long-
That's a good
Yes.
question.
We're long resting?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
is the end of the day.
Gotcha.
I can do that whole not sleep all night kind of thing and do a watch because like I'm built different.
I also elf, so I can trance as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I guess before that, I guess I'll set up my alarm system.
Oh yeah.
You're just doing it around you.
20-foot cube.
Yeah.
Me and Giovanni tag team and do the watch, I suppose.
I
Yeah.
can.
So unless you
take
guys all
last
camp like
watch.
really close together, it's not gonna fit all of you.
Yeah.
Like, you guys would all
It's-
have to basically like sleep shoulder to shoulder, kind of, to get.
Pass. This camp needs space.
Yeah, we all jumped into a dome.
Yeah.
That's different. I don't know those people.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys,
Oh, I guess that's
it was
bigger.
it was a super tight squeeze when you were in there too. I mean, it's not like it's obviously bigger area than like when you're in like a dome or whatever. But like, yeah, if you guys are setting up a tent and stuff, and you want to have like everybody else sleeping bags, and then is your horse going to be in it too? Is the carriage going to be in it? Like, it's you have a lot of stuff, so it starts to occupy a lot of the space.
Oh, I guess I'll set up the 20-foot cube or my alarm around the cart and sleep under the cart.
Okay, yeah, that
I'll sleep
works.
in the cart.
Like sleeps in the cart. Perfect. Is everybody else sleeping close to the cart, or is anybody else
I
sleeping?
guess, yeah.
Okay. If everybody sleeps like pretty close to the cart, you can probably fit everybody in it. So.
It's that cult the top bunk.
Alrighty. So you guys all long rest for the evening. I assume Sai and Giovanni are doing watch then?
Yep. Yeah, we're tag teaming.
Okay. You guys want to each make me perception checks?
Sure.
It's a
Oh,
good
we're fine.
night.
See, it
Alright.
sure is.
And we're dead.
It was almost 20.
11 is not 20.
Well, when the dice was rolling, it was on 20 and then it rolled over.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys all take rest for the evening. Giovanni takes first watch, and it is a calm night. You don't hear much of anything. Seem to have warded off any creature attacks with the last blink dog ambush. Eventually, your 4 hours goes by, and you, as Sai wakes from her trance, you go into yours. Sai takes watch. You don't really like hear or like notice anything like super out of the ordinary. I'll say you probably do notice there's like a very kind of like not like just nature's air kind of smell that you can kind of vaguely catch that just kind of like drifts across the wind.
Huh. Just like thinks about it for a second. It's like,
Doesn't seem to be terribly far away due to the fact that you can smell something.
Yeah.
Unless you
Can I like?
stop to try and figure out where it is exactly, you're not.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, if I can get up and like kind of try and track down where the scent is coming from exactly.
Sure. Make me either survival or investigation, I guess.
Survival or investigation. I am better at one of those. Significantly better roll.
So yeah, it seems like it's probably coming from like a little bit deeper into the trees from where you guys are where you guys are camped. So due to your perception, you can't quite tell exactly what it is. But it's probably within like 50, 60 feet or so.
16.
Can I like wake up someone in my party? Like probably would wake up Brangard, honestly.
Yeah, sure.
Be like, hey, there's I smell something weird.
It's also worth noting,
Know.
it's not something like you were like on watch for a while and then suddenly you started to smell this. It's like when you sat down for your watch and like started to like pay attention and everything, you started to notice it.
Yeah. In tune with nature or whatever. I kind of like rouse them and be like, something weird. Like, I don't know what it is, but something that's like not natural is here.
Yeah,
Or
it just doesn't
nearby.
quite smell like fresh forest air kind of thing. Is basically the
Yeah,
best way I can
it's
describe
coming
it.
from like that direction, and she like kind of gestures to, like where she smelled it. It's like feel like you'd probably be the best person to help me kind of check this out without being seen.
Sure. So like, I wake myself up, and as C is pointing me towards the correct direction, I just kind of start wafting the forest air into my nose a little bit better. So like, try to help determine like if it's more acidic or basic or.
Okay, make a perception check.
Nice.
It smells kind of irony.
Irony.
Not
Like
irony.
the smell of blood?
Irony. Yeah, kind of.
Oh, I
It
guess blood's
doesn't
caustic.
smell like fresh blood or anything like that. But yeah, there's just like a hint of that kind of
Like metally,
metallic-y
metallic.
slight, yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't bode well.
No.
We should probably go check that out.
Yep.
Let's probably wake someone else up and let them know where we're going first, just in case.
I say we wake up Percy
Yeah.
because like he makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah.
That's if I have my armor on.
Yeah, which he would have to
Actually,
doff it to go to bed. So
yeah.
So at least someone who can jump into action if anything goes sideways. So
I don't want to wake him up.
Which actually, out of curiosity, who wears, other than Percy, who wears medium armor or higher? No one?
I
literally no one.
Alright, okay. Well, then Percy's the only one that ever has to worry about doffing armor before he goes to bed.
It's 10 minutes?
No. Something like that, yeah.
For heavy armor, but medium armor's different.
I don't know what he wears, so.
Heavy armor.
He wears
so 10.
Yeah. She kind of like sighs. She's like, I know you don't want to wake him up, but he's probably the best option we have.
Yeah, I believe it's 5 minutes to take it off, 10 minutes to put it on.
Yep.
You go wake him up. I'm not.
Don't wake the orange.
She like rolls her eyes. She rolls her eyes and I'm gonna wake up Hatch.
Snuggling a potato. That's what I pictured.
She kind of gets down really close and she goes, Hatch. Me and Bram are gonna go wake something up if you hear us yelling for you guys, or we're not back in like 10 minutes. Wake everyone else up and come get us. We're heading in that direction. And she like points where we're going. She'll even draw a little arrow on the ground in the dirt and be like, we're going that way.
He looks at the arrow, potato in hand, like half of it already eaten, just looks at her dead in the face and just takes a bite out of the potato.
I expect nothing less from you. She like pats him on the head.
At this point, Hatch is like somewhat awake, so he'll kind of
just
stay
wait.
awake.
Yeah,
and
just
listen
wait like
around.
10 minutes for us or something like that. And if either one of us doesn't or if one of us comes back and it's like, okay, we're still checking it out, like hang on for a bit, or if shit's going sideways,
Um,
you'll know.
hey, I was gonna see how alarm works because like you set an alarm against unwanted intrusion, doors, windows, areas ranged no larger than 20-foot cube until the spell ends. An alarm alerts you of whether a tiny or large creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast the spell, you can designate a creature that won't set off the alarm.
Mhm. So
I'm
I
assuming
assume
that
you
is
set off. I assume you designated everybody that's in your party.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like I've already cast a spell with those like that wording of everyone here
Yeah.
will not set off the alarm. I can't change that wording
No,
of
not
what
unless
to
you
set it
recast
off.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I was thinking
Just
it's like, like if we get into trouble, I set off the alarm, right? But
or just absolutely nail an arrow into a tree next to us, and that counts.
with my crossbow shots, not good.
Not
Just
good.
hits one of us right in the head.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
While you guys are sleeping, so it's like an instant crit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Guys, we're
on a
in
plus
trouble.
note, you're
Kills
prone.
Giovanni.
On a plus-
You guys are prone, so you do like I have disadvantage.
Yeah, rolls two
True.
nat 20s.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I let Hatch know where we're going.
I tell C to like stay like roughly 20 feet behind me.
She nods. Still, my name's still Sai, by the way.
It is still C until your
So-
debt is paid.
You're now Italian.
Like,
Mamma
like,
mia.
So yeah, I'm stealthing
The
out.
gabagoo.
did Hatch hear that, or like, did they already walk away? I stoned out for a second.
Make me a
I imagine we're
perception.
still
Make
probably-
me a perception check with disadvantage because you're in your groggy, sleepy state.
Well,
Consistent.
I mean, if then I assume you would have heard it unless you were specifically trying to like whisper it or keep it under your breath or anything. But I assume you were just saying that as you were going away.
I didn't say it, so it happened. So
yeah, it happened.
Yep. So you
Like
just
Hatch
you
just
caught
like
it.
looks over and just stares. Like what?
Oh.
I'm
Kinda
already
looks
stealth.
back.
I'm
Yeah.
stealthed up.
Yeah,
so.
you're hearing him like say that like as they're walking away, kind of thing. So
Mhm.
yeah. So your stealthing is Sai trying to stealth or no?
Yes.
But she is 20 feet behind me.
I am 20 feet behind him, yes.
Roger.
Because I know you have better range than I do. So
Mhm. I am also probably less stealthy than you are.
I only have a plus. Oh, never mind. That was inside the pan.
You make a stealth check, Sai, or
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Probably
I am
should
not
actually
good.
roll that.
I only have a +2.
Huh.
More stealthy person in the back.
It's just that they hear you coming to not suspect the actual stealth person.
Yeah.
yeah, he's the distraction.
Don't worry.
point.
Don't worry. I can bonus action hide and then reposition myself.
Rolls on a
I
big pile
like
of
Sai's behind him. She sees him like fucking like half trip over a branch. She's like,
Just, yeah, stubs his toe on a
Why am I
log. You just hear
following
the
this
tree
man in the
branch like
woods?
crack through the trees.
yeah, it's just like, why am I following him into the woods?
Right. So you guys follow where this this scent is coming from. You go probably about 60-ish feet away from your camp. Not too terribly far, but enough that you probably wouldn't be able to see much from where you guys were camped. Before you come across what looks like another abandoned campsite. You see like a ring of black stones that indicates the location of where a fire pit used to be. You see like two unfurled bedrolls that are kind of like laid out beside it. You see there's like some like sticks that are like shoved into the stonework between the fire, and they look like they have like leather boots kind of like resting upside down on them, like you would use them to like dry them out kind of.
And keep scorpions and everything. Oh, okay.
Or that, yeah, or just to like dry them out if they were like wet or something like that. You kind of like hang them over the fire a little bit to give them heat so they dry, that kind of thing. But yeah. So you see, yeah, what looks like an abandoned campsite.
And we're still in the wooded area, right?
Yeah, you're still like you're a ways back from it still. This is just like kind of like what you're seeing as you're getting closer. So.
Is it like multiple like tents or anything, or is it just like there's one person there? Or
You don't see any tents. It just
How
looks
many
like
sets
there's
of boots do we see?
say there's 2 sets of boots, 2 bedrolls.
okay,
Okay, so 2 minimum.
can I roll another? I'm assuming, or where's the smell coming from exactly? Is it like the fire, maybe?
If you want to get closer, you can definitely. I'm just you're basically like 30 feet back still. You're just kind of like seeing this through the trees. I'm giving you a rough idea. I always give you guys a general description, and then as you guys search and investigate and stuff, I can give you more info. I don't dump everything right off the bat, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would want to investigate a little bit further, but still
Yeah,
kind of be
just
stealth.
stealth up, like still stealthing. Maybe more gracefully than I once did. Because like this is
Maybe,
screaming trap.
maybe.
Okay. So yeah, so you start to make your way up. You want to make me an investigation check?
Yeah.
I would like
do we
to.
both make it?
I would like to do a perception before you investigate, but
Oh, like seeing people around. Okay, fair enough.
yeah, since we moved up, take another look, like assess the area, and then
I'll help you and
Like
just
the
kind of
area
keep my
outside
ears
the
out.
camp, or the area that is the camp?
like I'm assuming like we moved.
Like
'Cause
we're
you said it
30
was-
feet away, so I assume he's kind
60.
of looking around to see if there's anyone in
Oh,
the
30 feet from the camp.
nuanced trees.
Yeah, it's like okay, we spotted a camp. Let's slowly approach. Like I guess like in turn based, I guess you'd move like your 30 feet.
You guys
Then
aren't in
assess
combat at
this.
the moment, so.
Yeah, basically move 30 feet up, assess like see what more information I can gather from this campsite that looks recently camped at.
Okay. Go ahead and make your perception check.
I'll help him. I'll keep my ears out and see if I can't hear any like boots in the or like feet in the tree or snapping branches or something.
Okay.
That's significantly better roll.
So you give a quick look around, kind of like from the edge of the campsite as you get a little bit closer. As you get a little bit closer and can see more of the ground, you can see that looks like there's a good amount of blood on the ground. Looks like it's kind of like soaked into the dirt and stuff. It doesn't look overly fresh.
Okay.
You see there's what looks to be like a backpack or something laying on the ground, and you don't see any immediate forms of other sources of life or anything like that. The fire looks like it's been long since put out, kind of. It's not smoldering at all.
Can I investigate to kind of try and figure out what happened?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Investigation. Almost rolled intimidation.
They both start with I. It's close enough.
Yeah, they're right on top of each other.
I would be no help with your investigation.
You're like, I don't see nothing. I'm just like, what the fuck happened?
Well, I see nothing, but like I can't put the pieces together.
I mean, like
Yeah.
you can still aid, right? Like the help action is
Yeah.
still an
Yeah.
action regardless of
Yeah.
anything, right? Like
You're like,
you can
point if
aid
you
in
see
your
anything
own
weird on
way,
the ground.
right? Like
Hey,
it
see,
doesn't
this looks
necessarily have
weird.
to be with investigation,
Yeah.
but maybe you're helping by pointing things out or seeing what else
Okay.
that she could miss so that she can put clues together. Like you can
Okay.
still
Yeah.
aid if you'd like.
Okay.
So are you helping me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll roll again. It's better.
Nice. So you see, kind of like looking around, there's like it looks like there's 2 sets of boot prints that are kind of just like meandering around the camp, like as they would for any sort of campsite. They look to match the boots that are on the sticks. You also see a few sets of like kind of like bare footprints. Not bare footprints, but like bare feet.
Yeah. It's like, well, I figured that out real quick.
So with a 21, you can tell that there only seems to be 1 set of bare feet, and then all the other ones just seem to be boot prints. You also see that the blood, it starts in like a fairly like large pool at one of the bedrolls, and then it almost gets like it kind of like coats a line, like almost like the body was like dragged or something like that. And it goes in a line directly towards the mouth of the open backpack that's laying on the ground. With a 21 investigation check as well, looking around, you can see what looks to be like finger marks or like claw marks, kind of like in the dirt that are also kind of like digging through the dirt in the direction going towards where the backpack is.
the bag man.
I immediately don't want to be here anymore. Can I investigate the bag a little further and see if it's a bag of holding?
Sure,
I got
make me
something
an
for
arc-
Hatch.
Make me an Arcana check.
Arcana, okay. I got something for Hatch. That's so fucked up.
I have put my corms against giants.
I was gonna say, you've done a lot of reading, you've heard about bags of holding and stuff like that before. This looks like it could be one of those.
Would I know about things that could come out of bag of holding? Because it's like it's weird that there's something being dragged into the the bag.
Say,
Try to put the
like,
pieces together.
not really anything that's been like proven or whatever. It's like it's all just folklore, yeah, that kind of thing.
Bag of holding would be really
One of those
useful.
like things that go bump in the night, that kind of thing. But I mean, there's no like physical evidence of anything. You haven't read anything in books that's proved anything. It's just kind of like one of those things that kind of like, yeah, maybe it was like made up to scare kids or something, that kind of thing.
I mean,
if you would like to do a history check to recall the tales that you have heard, you're more than welcome.
Okay.
This one I feel like I could help with, like the Arcana one.
History?
Not a chance in hell.
You said history,
History,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and you're helping with it. Okay.
Yeah, let's see
Like,
if
just, like,
anything
tavern
pieces together
stories.
with
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like dwarf history or folklore, like myths that we tell the little dwarves before they go to bed.
Yeah, so kind of talking between the two of you, I think you were able to kind of like remember the stories that you've heard of what people call the Bagman. The story basically being that an adventurer a long time ago was in danger and sought to escape danger by hiding inside of his bag of holding, and then he got basically like trapped inside and couldn't get out. He became like stuck in what people call the space in between, or the space between spaces kind of thing. And he got trapped there, and it like over the course of many years slowly started to corrupt and transform him until he became some horrible creature. And the story goes that every night he escapes from a random bag of holding somewhere on the material plane or elsewhere, and tries to find his home. And if he can't find his home, he takes someone and drags them back into the bag with him, and that's just kind of what you
I'm like looking at Haim. I'm like, so we're leaving the bag here, right?
Haim?
Or not Haim, fucking Jesus.
You look at
Bram,
Jesus. Jesus is here.
Christianity's in this world too.
There's
I'm
no
looking at
escaping
Bran,
it, brother.
And I'm just like, we're leaving this here, right? I like after seeing this, and she's like gesturing to the bloodstains. Fuck no, we're not bringing that back to our camp.
I really want to give it to Hatch.
No, you're not giving it to Hatch.
You know, as the story goes, it would basically, if you believed in it, that would apply to every single bag of holding ever. So you would be just as scared of any bag of holding as you would be of this one in particular, kind of thing.
Yeah.
New fear unlocked.
Lightning doesn't strike twice, right?
It actually does.
Well, I mean, if you're a wizard.
If you have lightning bolt, then you'd be sprung.
But listen, if anything, we can sell it. So
I'm down for a good con. That's a problem. It's a problem for them.
It's a problem for them.
And I feel like a bag of holding would go really well against your debt.
Yeah, probably. It's a magic item, technically.
Mm-hmm.
She's like kind of weighing her options. She's like, we tie it closed at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess here, we can probably take some of the other stuff here also.
Yeah.
But
like, so ideally it would be I'll carry it because like I'm always wearing my like cloak. So no, I'll just keep it behind and then shove it into my pack.
I'll because what else is here? It's like was there another backpack next to it?
It doesn't look like there was another backpack. You can probably, with your investigation check, you can probably see like a spot where one may have been sitting. But it's kind of like it goes from like where the bare footprints were off into the trees. So it looks like whoever else was here ran away.
Do we want to try and, see if there's anything inside of it? Or should
Yeah.
we do that at camp?
No, it's more loot for us.
Okay. So yeah, like,
But yeah, just open it like with like my rapier, I guess, and then slowly flip it open, and then.
Okay, so as with a bag of holding, if you were just like look inside of it, it just looks like an empty bag. You have to like reach in and think of the item that you want to pull it out. Or with size Arcana check, you know that if you would to turn it inside out, it would spill all of its contents onto the ground.
All right.
I will. Go.
Yeah, pretty much. Turn it inside out.
Yeah.
So you guys, you turn it inside out, and a bunch of stuff kind of clatters out onto the ground. You see what looks to be like a few like spears, some bolts. Looks like or sorry, not bolts, arrows. You see it looks like a skinning knife, as well as quite a few different like types of animal pelts and pieces of raw meat.
Oh, hey, I think we just found our hunting people we were sent out here to find.
Yep.
Yep. Well, we have information.
But we don't have a body, so we can't.
Yeah. Well, we could always bring the bloody bedroll as proof, no?
Oh no. Yeah, the bedroll and probably the knife.
Yeah. And then what should we tell them? Because they're not gonna believe us if we say the bagman got him. She kind of like waves her hands in the air.
In the woods.
Yeah, and then the other guy probably just ran off.
Probably, or the blink dogs took him to their den. Probably.
All right.
I'm assuming that's what they live in.
All right. Well, we can just shove the rest. I don't think, unless you want to just keep the knife out of the bag, we probably don't need the rest of this stuff. Just sell it as is.
Yeah, we'll just leave it as is.
Okay. Put all the other stuff back in, or we can probably keep the pelts too. No, like.
Yeah, we can throw those in.
Probably fetch a good price. Okay.
Yeah, we'll you know that since the bag of holding is like it's a vacuumous space kind of thing. There's not much air inside of it. It's actually kind of good for like storing like meats and pelts and things because they don't spoil quite as quickly. They still eventually will because there is still I think like 10 minutes of air or something inside, but it's a very limited amount. So it's not quite a complete vacuum, but it offers more than just keeping it out and whatever.
All right. Well, we'll pop all this other stuff back in. I think we keep out the knife just in case that we're trying to figure out what happened. What should we tell Hatch?
We tell him we found a corpse that's being dragged off to the cart and it's gone. And there's a bunch of spears and arrows that we'll just leave for the morning. And then we found maybe a tanning knife on the ground as well in there. So we're assuming that's the hunting party.
Okay. And she kind of just shrugs. She's like, whatever. Like, throws all the rest of the stuff in the bag of holding. And keeps the hunting knife. I guess you said Bram's gonna hold it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it.
Alright. Pop everything in there. I should probably put the bloody bedroll in there too. It's just proof.
Yep. So bag of holding.
Alrighty, you can add a bag of holding to your inventory.
Right. We'll head back to camp after that.
Until you sell it, at least.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of it.
Alrighty.
Do you know the spell Incite Greed?
Yeah, you guys are able to make your way back to camp unimpeded.
So I kind of smiles at Hatch. She's like, we're okay. It's just a false alarm.
Hatch takes another bite of a potato.
Go back to sleep, potato boy.
Hatch just lays back and like just kind of messes with the tail for a second and goes to sleep.
Alright. Sai will continue her watch.
I'm going night.
Yeah, so I'd say you weren't awake for more than an hour. It doesn't interrupt your long rest. You can go back to bed and resume it where you left off. You all you go back to bed. Size continues her watch, and eventually another 4 hours or so goes by, and see the sun start to rise above the trees. You kind of get that golden hour light. Comes across the camp as people start to stir awake. Brangarn sleeps in a little bit just because he had to be up, but and probably Hatch.
Yeah.
Also probably would sleep in a little bit. But eventually, everyone wakes up and is able to resume your day.
Nice.
Just make sure that you guys all eat and drink for the day. Mark off
I will
food
be
and
feeding
water.
the horse.
Make sure to feed the horse.
You
Yeah.
know, my last pop over home. It's like a little bit stale.
So you
I forgot I
probably have
had
to
this.
give him like a couple carrots, because I don't think a single carrot is going to be enough for a horse for the day, especially since he's pulling a cart with a bunch of people in it.
Yeah, we can let him graze in the grass a little bit too.
Yeah, he probably was doing that like when you guys stopped and set up camp and stuff. Probably like, ate some foliage and things like that. So. So what you guys like to do?
All right. I guess we're gonna start packing up camp and getting back on the road towards the mountain pass.
Sounds good to me.
Unless anybody else is doing anything, you guys get everything back loaded into the cart. Oh, Dick?
Can I recast Find Familiar and turn it into an owl? I think I can do that.
Yep, sure thing.
Yeah, an owl, and I'll just have them scouting ahead like 100 feet or something. Nothing crazy.
Okay, are you giving him like a command to do something if he sees anything, or are you just sitting in the back of the cart looking through his eyes?
No, I'll just look through his eyes.
Okay. So you will be blind and deaf while you are sitting in the back of the cart. So you can still feel the jostling, and if somebody like touches you or something like that, you can feel that, but you can't hear
I'll
or
just
see.
Just like high, looks like he's high out of his mind.
I'll just tell whoever's in the cart with me that if we do get into trouble or anything, just to shake me.
Gotcha.
Not too hard, not too hard.
Yeah.
Shaken kobold syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, we both made the same joke at the same time. Classic shaken kobold syndrome.
Yeah. That's what takes up most of our kind.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why Winston's the way he is. All right.
Rock and stone, brother.
All right. So yeah, you guys head back out onto the road, continuing your travel. You guys travel for the better portion of the day. It's kind of getting to around like early evening, kind of like 5-6 o'clock, before you guys start to reapproach where you guys basically had left off the last time. Kind of you make your way past the fake foliage that separates the side path that spreads off towards where the workshop was. You see ahead of you, the path continues a ways for a few hundred feet before you can start to see the base of the mountain come into view, and see as you start to get closer, you see a what looks to be like a very primitive kind of like staircase, like carved into the rock of the mountain itself.
Huh. We didn't think about stairs. How much can your disc hold again?
500 pounds, but it's only like...
It's occupied.
All right,
Well,
what am I carrying?
I'm saying
it's
we
3
can
foot
walk.
diameter.
Oh.
Yeah. Weight it can hold.
Well,
This...
here's a thought.
Yeah.
You put it under like the base of the cart, like the underneath where like the axles and stuff are, and like it just sits on that, like with the wheels off of it. And just have the horse just walk behind us, like being walked by Hatch, I'm assuming. Stairs, no.
It does float 3 feet above the ground, so I mean that would be possible.
Yeah.
Horses can go upstairs.
Yeah, horses can go upstairs.
Cows cannot. Cows can't go downstairs. I don't know.
Cows
are dumb as fuck.
Cows can't go downstairs.
We had a cow stuck on my high school's roof at one point because it was a senior prank.
Yeah, because he took the stairs up.
Uh-huh.
So shit, I'm up here. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Here I am, like, oh, they'll probably just like leave the cart at the bottom while they go up. No, you guys are like,
Nope.
no, we must bring the cart and horse with us. Like,
We're gonna make use of this disc, damn it.
No, just because
Any
I want to
possible
see,
chance of
yeah,
disc?
just
Please,
because I
yeah.
want to see the spell see some use, sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
You like
We're
stop.
getting it out.
You have like Zik go ahead a little ways. You guys pull the cart forward onto the tensor's disc, and then as you guys start to make your way up, it slowly starts to rise, and the cart like shifts slightly as it kind of like catches the bottom, but it's fairly flat, so it lifts with you, and it slowly
Nice.
starts to hover its way up the stairs. Every once in a while, like the front wheels kind of like clip on a little bit of rock, and it kind of like jostles a little bit, but for the most part, it's stable.
Got
Yay.
it.
You guys start to make your way up the top. Everybody, give me an athletics check.
Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Not good at these.
Stairs. Ugh, my mortal
I'm not.
enemy.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm not bad at these, but it's a straight roll. But then I rolled
More of a
8.
flat ground kind of guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm winded immediately.
I'm having a great time.
Athletics
make a
check if you came back.
Yep. I was just grabbing a snap. Ooh, not good. What are we
Wow.
trying to athletic?
Me, Giovanni, and Brandgar are struggling up the stairs.
Yeah. You've approached where the mountain is again, and there's the path leading up, and it is like a hand carved stairs, or not hand carved. Well, I guess technically hand carved, but it is a carved set of stairs that kind of like cuts up into the mountain face and kind of starts to like switch back on itself as it makes its way up the mountain. So you guys are all able to climb it regardless, but for Giovanni, Brangarn, and Sai, you guys are, as you start to make your way closer to the top, you guys are fairly winded. This is a very long trek up the mountain. It's very vertical. Like, normal stairs have like a slight slope to them. These are much more like you're walking up kind of thing. It's not quite as bad as if you think of like Lord of the Rings, where they go up those like the fucking shitty ass stairs that go up to where like the spider's den or whatever is, but it's an excessive thing. Your shins start to burn. You start to like breathe. Yeah, you start to like breathe really heavy, and as you get higher up, the air gets like thinner and thinner. It also gets quite a bit cooler as you get higher up, but yeah, the thin air is definitely getting to you. You start to hit a point where like frost is like forming on a lot of the rocks. You see like the snow from being like so high up start to coalesce around as you start to get higher and higher up into the peak of this mountain. And by the time you guys get to the top, basically like another 4 hours has gone by, and the three of you who have failed your athletics check get 1 point of exhaustion, as you are super tuckered out as you get to the top.
We're at it. Conditions. I always forget where to add that.
Yeah, I don't know where to add that.
It's right underneath where your health bar is on conditions. You can,
yeah, I believe it's
for whatever reason, when I read that is exhausted level 1, I thought it was like level 9. I was like, how in the fuck?
We're dead.
9 levels.
It only goes
really
up to 5. We're extra.
Yeah, listen, reading is not my strong suit.
Just playing your character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roleplay, guys. I really don't know how to read.
How?
What does that pertain to again? Like a disadvantage on whatever?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Ability checks, okay.
It's okay,
6, you just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets a little excessive at that point.
I'm
How tired are you? So tired I died.
Breath
I
getting
took
like
that
3
forever
levels of
nap.
exhaustion because of smoke.
Yeah, it sucked. Who could have thought it'd just hold your breath?
Not me.
Breath comes in, it goes out. There's no holding.
From having our night adventure, and Giovanni is extra tired because he got his ass beat yesterday.
Hatch is having a
It
great
still
time.
hurts.
It still hurts. It's still ouchy.
Let me grab your guys' fucking carriage. 30 feet, right? Right, and then Hatch, you're just walking the horse up, right?
Yeah.
So
He's in the front with the horse.
you guys finally surmount the rocky stairs to find a small flattened plateau that sits about 100 feet below the mountain's peak. Some sort of crescent shape is carved into the rock wall at the very back of the plateau, and kneeling in front of it is a figure. They wear clean white robes with silver inlays and have long flowing white hair with a pair of elongated pointed ears emerging from underneath. They have their backs to you as you approach, seemingly in a state of prayer.
I was gonna say I call out to him, but I'm like I'm winded, so it's just like, hey.
Hey!
Hi.
Jesus.
So yeah, there's silence for a moment before eventually the figure kind of like they put their hands on their lap and slowly start to like uncross their legs and stand. They turn around and you see what looks like an elven man. He has very like pale skin, kind of has like a black like high collared robe kind of underneath his the white robe that he wears on the outside. And he looks quite almost like a man of religion, some sort of priest of some sort. But he just kind of turns and looks to the group of you and smiles and says, "Welcome. I will be honest, I did not expect to get any visitors. I usually do not have any guests this high up on the mountain. What brings you here?"
This man just turns around and sees a horse and a floating bird. It's just like
So you guys
didn't
get a better
expect to
idea.
see any of it. It's still winded. This is like, made we ask you some questions. Yeah.
He like kind of smiles and says, "Come, sit. You must be tired. This is a long
Tell me
journey up
twice.
the
Not really.
stairs."
Yeah.
Three of us are just sweating.
These legs were built for going through, not up.
He smiles and gestures towards the ground in front of where he was kneeling.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're gonna.
Colin, like where he gestures, is there any like
Please don't rotate your
ill
token.
intent?
Tired.
If you want to say you're
am I
laying
able
down,
to-
you can give yourself the prone icon.
Colin, can I insight like where he gestures?
What do you want to insight?
See if he's placed any movement of his fingers in any like weird way or like a spell casting.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, make me an insight check.
There'll be disadvantage.
It could always get worse.
It got better.
Okay. Sorry, you say disadvantage or disadvantage because ability check.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. It doesn't look like he cast any spells or anything. You don't see any very
Right.
obvious traps on the ground around you.
Yo, Giovanni, you okay?
No.
This is something I thought he used.
Yeah, as you guys kind of like start to sit down, he also kind of like kneels back down where he was sitting, but this time he's kind of turned to face the group of you guys as opposed to the wall behind him.
Is there anything on the wall?
Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of crescent shape kind of like carved into the rock. Do you want to make me a religion check?
Sure. Kind of good at those.
Whew.
Okay, apparently you are.
Fucking nailed it.
So this is actually
God is with you today.
This is actually quite a hard check, but you
Let's
were able to pass it. So you've heard Dragon Priestess Mary mention this symbol. The symbol in question looks to be like a claw. And you've heard that the in your stories of Kalia and her past and all that kind of stuff, you've heard mention how she was bestowed her divine power and stuff by the god of the king of dragons or the god of dragons, the platinum dragon Bahamut. You also know that he's quite a kind of reserved god. He doesn't like when people build like massive shrines or anything like that to him. He likes simplicity. He prefers more to judge people based on their deeds than offerings or temples built in his name, that kind of thing. And his holy symbol in this case is usually just a dragon's claw. They're usually made just by those who wish to worship him, although people have not seen temples or shrines to him in many, many, many years. A lot of people probably don't even know who he is. Specifically with you and your backstory, though, and how you connect with it all, you've heard him mentioned before, and that's probably the only reason you've even heard of him, let alone are able to identify what this is for.
I know this one.
Hatch and Percy, are you guys standing at the back, or?
I like standing next to my horse.
Just
I wanna-
petting it.
30 feet or so
I'll
back.
move
You
up.
guys have your cart
Oh,
floating
Yes,
on
we
the
do.
disc.
30 or I think it's 20.
20?
It's 20, yeah.
Oh, okay. A bit closer. Right. But yeah, he sits down and says, how can I help you?
Excuse me.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Cliff Gaming.
Mm.
Enjoy.
Yo, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we even here?
Classic,
How did we come up these
classic.
stairs? Like, I don't...
I'm too exhausted
got-
to think.
So I was like as she's like catching her breath, she's like leaning against the wall, kind of, and she's like, "Do you This is probably an odd question. Did you sell incense to the town of Colbert at all, or know anyone who does? We're looking for an HH, or a person with the initials HH, I suppose."
Oh, shoot.
He kind of thinks for a moment and says, I do not sell any incense, I am sorry. I have made my way down to Corvair occasionally from time to time to pick up incense for my shrine, but I cannot say that I have ever sold any myself.
Alright, insight check that.
Yeah, go for it. He kind of like looks over your guys' shoulder and sees like Hatch standing at the
Yeah,
back,
looks
and
good.
he kind of like waves forward and says, "Please don't be scared. Come join us, Hatch. Bring your friend."
Huh?
Huh?
Mm,
You
Yeah,
know this guy?
Yeah.
I'm bringing the horse with me.
Hey, how did you know his name?
That's what he's confused about.
Kind of smiled and says, "Well, if I'm being quite honest, I have followed your adventures for quite some time, Hatch."
Everyone
Sorry,
looks
like,
at Hatch.
Hatch has a
What?
groupie.
Hatch is like looking back and forth, like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Says,
Hatch has a groupie.
says,
That's
"Well,"
just a groupie.
says, I find humans very interesting. I prefer to follow their company, and I like to observe them. Your father, in particular, was one of my main interests since his exile. I spent many years
Immediately,
watching.
Hatch is not happy. He is like immediate face reaction, just no.
Yo, let this man cook.
Says, I
Don't
spent
offend him yet.
many years observing his journey, seeing what exactly it was that he was attempting to accomplish, and after some time, when some unfortunate circumstances befallen him, and ever since he was locked away, I've had no one to observe as clearly. So I thought I would turn my attention to his next of kin, which would be you.
Everyone's staring at Hatch.
Hatch is very quiet. Like he's not happy.
Hatch, what was your dad doing?
Hatch just reaches up to his eye where like there's a scar across his face, and he's just like kind of itching at it.
He kind of like reads
Let's-
your guys' emotions. He says, I'm sorry. Have I overstepped my boundaries? I did not mean to say anything that I
Sigh.
shouldn't have.
You
Sai's kind of
say
like
that
reading.
you like to study, like watch humans. What are you?
I am an elf. Is that not clear?
Okay.
Insight.
I'm just making sure.
How do you watch them?
By magic,
You a
of course.
peeping Tom kind of guy?
You scrying magic is generally how I prefer. If I
He's a
can
peeping
find them in
Tom.
person, it is more interesting, but I find it offers more problems than it is worth.
Yeah, but
I
like
mean,
also, what's this guy's name?
Oh, I apologize. I did not introduce myself. My name is Sasaril.
Surreal.
Would Hatch even know that name? Because like this is like very strange to him that he's known. Like,
Oh,
would he have ever seen an elf before?
Hello?
Those
Two
inside.
elves together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
yeah, like bro.
you've seen Sai and Giovanni, so I mean, you're traveling with two of them. But
You just realized they're
Okay.
elves. God damn, I hate elves.
He's putting two and two together.
and wait, Giovanni, aren't you a half elf?
Yeah, I'm a half elf.
Yeah, so you're a half elf. Sai and him both to be look kind of like of full elfin heritage. Sai specifically is a ladrin, which is a type of elf, but he just looks like an elf.
Would I recognize him if he knows who I am? Or...
You don't recognize him in particular. The name doesn't stand out or sound familiar at all. Like you've seen elves on your journeys. They're not like a horribly rare species or anything like that. But him in particular, you haven't seen or heard of.
How did you know my father?
As well, I encountered him when he came through one of the cities I was staying in. He seemed very distraught and was doing work for some not so nice people. I talked with him for a while before convincing him that perhaps he should change his path and try and pursue more noble means. He eventually left on his own devices, and that's when I decided to continue to observe him while he traveled. But from a distance. I do not have the body for long-distance travels anymore.
Probably
Like,
too much, but do you know who he was working for exactly?
Some thugs out of Shandal, I believe. Just whatever made him money.
Does that?
She,
Do I know anything about Chandel with the background
Make me a history check.
history? Okay. Like it's not from my native city, but like
Yeah.
probably talks. Yeah. Absolutely not. They're thugs. It's a ragtag gang.
Never heard of that city in your life. Yeah.
And you'd be right.
Like
Maybe
Hatch is still like touching his face, like where his scar is on his like over his eye, and he kind of reaches back to where his great axe is, and then just like takes his hand off both and just like stares blankly at the elf.
Kind of like raises his palms to you and says, I promise you, I mean you no harm. If there is anything I can do to help, I would be happy.
Can you mend a scar?
Damage like that is unfortunately quite permanent. Can heal wounds if that is what you require, but scarring is an issue in of itself.
kind of like lean over to Bran. I'm like, do you think we should ask him about any information he knows about the the thing that those people made down at the watchtower?
While that's happening, Hatch is going to take out his great axe and go put it in the cart, and then rejoin the party.
Sai looks genuinely concerned when she's looking at Hatch, by the way. But
He smiles softly, kind of like seeing you like put down your weapon. I assure you, I do not mean to intimidate or scare you at all. I apologize if I overstepped my boundaries.
Hatch just puts up a hand like it's whatever kind of a thing.
Mhm.
But he's clearly in his own head.
Yeah.
Like he's not paying attention to any more of the conversation.
Says,
Do
sorry,
you,
I don't believe I caught the rest of any of your names.
Sai, raise her hands. Like, Sybil or Sai is what I go by.
He furrows his brow slightly. Sybil?
Mhm.
Sybil Alderheart?
She looks very surprised. Yes.
He smiles. Says, ah, I don't think I've seen you since you were a child.
Now Sai's looking very concerned. Also, like, what?
Says,
Please explain.
apologies. I'm from Vladar, you see. And I remember seeing you when you were very, very young. I remember your mother and father, and they were quite nice. You were but a wee child, maybe not even a year old at the time. You've grown very, very quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's been 27 years. She kind of like does a little hand gesture and she's like, makes you feel any better? I haven't seen my parents for probably as long as you haven't seen them. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. Do you? And she's kind of like thinks for a moment. She gets really quiet and she's like, "Do you know anything about what they were like before coming there? I don't really know a whole heck of a lot about them, truthfully.
Of
Or
course.
at least I thought I knew my dad."
I'll be honest, I think I know more of your mother than I do of your father. He was more
She looks like
quiet and
genuinely
reserved.
interested.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was much more quiet and reserved, whereas your mother was more renowned, I suppose, within the city. She
Renowned.
was an alchemist. She spent much of her time, sorry, exploring the Feywild when the city was on the other plane, collecting various rare ingredients and collecting them for the people there. I do not remember much of your father, unfortunately, as any time I had encounters with your mother, it was usually either in her shop or encountering her out on the street before she was about to go out on one of her expeditions.
What was her name?
Alicia. You don't even know her name. I'm so sorry.
Hmm. Well, Sai's like very like making a face you can't really quite place. She's like, "Well, I've had enough emotions for today. Guess we have to go find that hermit somewhere else."
I
Do
truly
you-
am sorry.
It's not your fault. Someone else's, if anything else. She just kind of like gets up and starts kind of like walking back towards the cart.
He
what are you doing up here?
praying.
Is this normally
Who?
where you come to pray?
Yes. Not many people approve of my religion, I guess you could say. Something more preferred to be done in isolation.
I know who you speak of. I'll say Bahamut's name in Draconic, see if he...
He like raises an eyebrow and in Draconic back he says, "You know of the Platinum Dragon.
I do.
Where have you heard of him before?"
In my den, our top priestess has spoken about him, I assume?
Him, yeah. He says, "Well, it is nice to know that others still carry his name in their mouths, on their tongue. I was beginning to fall under the impression that he was all but forgotten. It is nice to know that he still has some sort of sway in this world."
Kobolds never forget a dragon.
He smiles. "Indeed. Is there anything I can do? Sorry, you must have come here for a purpose, correct?"
Sais like says over her shoulder, "It's like we're looking for someone with the initials HH, but I thought you were him, but apparently not."
Seems to know a lot of people. Do you know this HH?
Um,
I mean, we can ask him to scry.
so I can't say the I know anybody with those initials. I have seen the symbol before when I've purchased incense for my shrine, and kind of like turns over and there's like a few bundles of incense sitting in like a copper bowl that's sitting at the base of the shrine, and he kind of like picks one up, and there's like a ribbon kind of like tied around it, keeping it in a bundle, and kind of like unfurls the ribbon around it so that the incense is loose. Kind of sets the loose incense in the bowl, and kind of like hands you guys the ribbon that was tying it up. And you see there's a similar kind of like wax seal where the two ends of the ribbon would connect that have the HH initials on them.
Where did you get this? Corvair or whatever the city's called?
Yes, I got it in one of the general stores.
Might have to go have a
Do the
chat with
plug.
them.
Sai's making faces in the background again.
With the HH, is it like a like? What I'm asking is like, we can speak Common, Dwarvish, whatever your class allows you to, or race. Would it have like a different type of like font styles for the language?
Is it written in English?
Yeah,
Is it common?
it seems to be in common. I would say based off the information you've been giving too, with like kind of like where it was coming from, it may also be like not somebody's initials, but the initials of like a business or something.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'll just ask him if he knows of Kalia. I won't say anything more than that. I'll just ask him if he knows who Kalia is.
Are you asking like a Draconic or something, or common?
Yeah, Draconic.
He will also respond in Draconic and say, "Of course, I know who Kalia is. It would be a shame to forget the name after all she has done for us."
Interesting. I don't know how much more I want to say.
Yeah, fair enough.
like I I don't really want to talk to him.
It's not that I don't want to
Have you-
talk to him. I just want to give him info.
Have you ever heard of Tempest?
The
Do I have the god?
deity of war. Yes,
Classic.
I have certainly heard of the name.
Would you like to worship him?
He smiles and says, "I am sorry. I am already quite devoted to the religion that I am in."
Standing in front of the shrine of his own god. No, no, I don't, bro.
Okay.
He turns to you, Zik, and in Draconic, he says, "Are you a follower of Bahamut?"
Maybe.
As you like hesitate, he's like, "I will not be upset if you say no. I am simply curious."
Insight check that.
Technically, no, but if it's like the Dragon of Dragons and I pray to Kalia, I mean, like by proxy, yes.
Yeah,
So,
from the stories you've heard, he's the one that gave Kalia her power, kind of ascending her from just being like an ancient dragon to being a great worm, which is what makes her the large, intense type of dragon that she is.
I'll say,
I just come for a buff.
yeah, make me strong. I'll just say, I respect
proxy,
Bahamut
yes.
and everything he's done, but Kalia is who we pray to currently.
He's a cool guy.
Says,
But
a noble goal, to be sure. I would recommend that you offer your prayers to Bahamut. Perhaps he would be able to aid you upon your journeys. And he like steps aside and gestures to like where the bowl is sitting in front of the symbol on the wall.
I'll go up to it and give a prayer, just like asking for assistance and helping to save Kalia.
Make me a religion check with advantage.
Okay, come on, another nat 20. Ooh, 17.
You feel a warm kind of like sensation kind of like run down your spine, your scales kind of like tickle for a moment. And you hear a faint voice in the back of your mind that says, "Seek to restore Kalia, a noble goal. I give you my blessing." And for the next 24 hours, you have bless.
Nice.
Hey. Cool.
Odin is with us.
Just say thank you.
Do not
I'll
thank
slowly kinda
me.
back away.
Oh, are you thanking Bahamut?
Bahamut, yeah.
Okay. He smiles and says, "True dragonkin indeed."
Hmm.
Well, if there's anything else I can do for you, do not hesitate to ask. You all seem quite tired, and it is getting quite late. If you feel like you would like to rest here for the evening, you are more than welcome.
Please.
Yes.
Are you here often? Like if we needed to find you again?
I spend most of my
Are you
time up here,
flirting with
yes.
him?
Maybe.
I make occasional trips down into the city to collect supplies, food,
Seen
that
those
kind
ears?
of thing. But most of
enough.
my time is spent up here.
Good to know. Thank you, Sass.
Sassaril.
I can't remember his full name. I just remember that. Sassaril.
Thank you,
Sarsaparilla.
Sass.
Thank you, Sass. Very good.
Well, I have an idea of where to go next, but I don't like it.
Where?
Just kind of like size. She's like, well, I know the shop that sold him the incense. Maybe
Yeah.
they know where to get it. Problem is they not really great relationship with them anymore. Kind of like,
Oh, it's that one.
yeah, like she kind of looks at Bram and nods, like, "Yep,
Oh shit.
yeah,
If you just
rather
stay outside
not,
then.
yeah."
Just outside the window.
Well,
Just staring in.
she's like, she kind of thinks for a
that
minute. She's
Sai?
like, well, they're not mad at me, but they know who I am, so I'd rather really not deal with that if we
and
don't have
Who
to.
are you?
and
Huh?
technically, that has been dealt with on their end, at the very least.
Yeah, but still kind of like awkward. Like
Yeah,
she
no,
just
fair
doesn't
enough,
want to
fair
deal with
enough.
it.
But yeah, just so that you remember, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do to them?
I did nothing. And that's all she's gonna say.
That is what they
Insight
all
check.
say. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, well, fuck it, you guys are gonna find out eventually. My dad and I worked for them. And my dad stole a lot of things from them. And yep. Like,
I always knew elves were shady.
Hey, whoa.
You were just
you're
flirting
only
with
half
one.
Sassaril, Giovanni, and Sai all like...
yeah, like whoa, bro. So I got left with the aftermath. But
You
again,
cool
it's dealt
stuff,
with.
at
I just
least?
would really rather not interact with him if I don't have to.
Who's him?
His name is Chapman. He's the guy who owns the store. He's like a traveling merchant.
If you worked for them and they get their supplies from HH, do you know who HH is?
I don't know who HH is. All I remember is seeing the emblem on some of the incense packets and satchels that were there.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah, so that's the only other lead I got, unless anyone else. She's kind of like implying, like, please, someone else have another suggestion.
Looks like we're going there tomorrow morning.
What was your dad's job at the
Shop.
store?
She makes a face and she's like, I'd really rather not talk about him if I don't have to.
I mean, it's kind of important.
Yeah, like was he delivery?
No, he just stocked shelves.
Oh.
Like we basically, Chapman would travel around getting new merchandise, and we took care of the store while he was away.
What type of supplies would he steal? Like just general?
Just
All of them?
honestly, I don't even remember all the details myself. It was just something expensive. But That's our only other lead, I guess. Like,
Go to have a long rest and then make
mhm.
our way back down the mountain.
Yep.
If nobody else would like to do anything or say anything, then you guys can all find a spot to set up. It is quite cool up here, so you guys might need to like make a fire or something.
Size like, this is my body temperature.
Hatch also seems quite comfortable, at least with the cold. I don't know about the situation in
Yeah, yeah.
general, but
No,
No,
he's very uncomfortable with the
Yeah.
situation at hand. He loves the cold. But right now,
So-
he is not happy.
Cyan and Hatch are just making the same face. I'm just like very uncomfortable, very displeased.
Before Hatch leaves, though, like before he walks back to the car, he would like to extend a hand, almost like to shake hands with his like the elven man.
Leans forward and grabs your hand and kind of like cups it in his other hand and kind of like bows slightly as he shakes your hand.
Hatch will mimic his action and bow with him.
Says,
And then
it kind of like says like a little bit lower under his breath, as to not like bring it up with everybody kind of. He says, I apologize if I said anything I shouldn't have. It seems that your father may be a sensitive subject for you. If there's anything that you would like to know, feel free to ask. I do not agree that he was necessarily a good man, but I don't follow those who are good for the sake of being good. I follow those who I feel like I can help.
Hatch shakes his head and just goes, do you know his whereabouts?
Yes. He had an incident and got himself locked up in the vault.
Hatch is shaking his head and is just like, do you know what vault or where this is?
Hatch, make me a history check.
Okay.
He said the vault. Nice.
So I'm gonna move you guys onto your player map for a second. Wait
you
a few seconds for the entire thing to load. And then you guys zoom in and everything. Over here.
Ooh.
Over where? I didn't see the ping.
This.
It's still
loading.
Oh, the literal vault.
the middle
Okay,
of
yeah.
So
the
he says,
island.
yeah, he says off the coast of Surila, a few hundred miles. There is 100 miles. Yeah, a few hundred miles.
Mm-hmm.
There is a formation of rocky spires that jut out of the ocean. The waves there make it nearly impossible to get to, and even more possible to escape from. In the largest of these land masses, there is a large mountainous peak. Inside of this mountainous peak has been hollowed out one of the largest prisons in Zel'dona. It is incredibly secure and used for those who have committed quite heinous acts, if I must say. That is where you will find your father.
Hatch nods his head and like just like thank, and then and then he just like turns around and walks away.
You are welcome, my child.
Can I snip the map?
Can you what?
Can I snip the map and like save a picture of it, or
Yeah.
can we get a handout or something?
Yeah. I think I sent it to you guys in
Yeah, it should be in the thingy.
in Discord somewhere. I think I sent it in the artwork channel up near the top. There should be a world map handout or something. If not, I will. Oh, maybe I didn't.
Do not see one.
I will add it.
Beautiful.
It was probably in the DMs.
Oh yeah, it might have been.
It's gone.
You're right. All right, I will maps, player map, Zel'dona. Bam. You right click open link and it'll open it in your web browser, and then you can save that and that'll render it at its full resolution. So
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you.
So if nobody else is doing anything, you guys can all long rest for the evening. I assume somebody is going to make a fire.
Yes.
Preferably somebody that has a fire spell.
I only know ice.
I've got burning hands. If we're long resting, I'll burn the spell slot.
Fair enough.
I have a tinderbox and a candle, so we're good.
I have a tinderbox as well.
Anyone that has a tinderbox has flint and steel in there that can spark a fire pretty easily, so you guys don't need to roll for it or anything. But if you want a burning
okay.
hands,
That's-
you can
that's my
very easily
survival
start a
spell.
much larger fire.
We do
We're
have that
using
card.
matches. I'm using a tiger torch.
Yeah,
Get that shit lit.
basically.
Imagine like you hit the face of like a rock wall or whatever, and it heats it up, so it keeps like the little area warm over the night.
That'd be cool.
Have some stones that you can like heat up and like tuck into like your bedroll and stuff like that to keep your bedroll warm.
Sets
I
up
can
10.
use that cool red rock for that. That I have apparently in my inventory.
Yeah, the one you're hyper focused on.
Cool red rock. You mean a ruby?
Is it shiny?
Oh, it is my cool red rock.
Huh.
It's just one he found. I think he was looking for something and he found it and it just looked cool. Like,
That is pretty
it just
cool.
had like a reddish tinge to it. It's just a rock. It just has like a reddish tinge to it and it has like a cool shape.
That's what
to
you
it.
say.
It's a cool red rock.
It's kind of glossy. It's not really like shiny, but it's like it looks like it's been like kind of like water battered over the course of a while, so it's smooth at least.
It's my balancing crystal.
Yeah. It's like those people
You are-
have those stones that they rub when they're nervous and stuff like that. It's kind of like one of
Yeah.
those. But, yeah, if you guys all take camp and everything, go to bed. You notice Sasriel goes back to praying for a while before kind of falling into a trance-like state and sitting like that in front of the shrine for his 4 hours of sleep. So, yeah. If nobody else is doing anything else, you guys can all mark off your long rest and wake up the next morning.
So as we're like heading to pack out, I'd like to talk to Marlowe Grimm. Marlowe Grimm.
Oh yeah, the guy in your head. It's like who?
Yeah.
Yep, mark rations and water. Yeah. Good call, Zick. Good call.
I can make water with brewing supplies, so like I can do that for the party.
You can make water?
There's snow here. Just melt some.
Yeah, scoop up some snow, boil it. Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys
Push the
have a
brewer's
fire.
kit. It's got to be like a pot or a...
Yeah, I imagine it's
jug
the
or something.
equipment to make stuff with
Yeah.
water, but you would need the water to add to it and everything else to actually brew whatever you were brewing. So it's like having a coffee maker. It lets you make coffee, but only if you have the water. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I'd just like to ask him if he's met with this elf on top of the mountain before.
no, I'm sorry, I don't think I ever have. I never really made my way up the mountain. I always turned before the stairs. I don't think anybody at the location I was at had anything to do with it, to be honest.
All right. That's it.
Kind of like pats Hatch on the arm, just like I get it. Like she doesn't say anything. She just like gives him like a look and smile, like a half smile.
Hatch, like, he acknowledges you, but
Mhm.
like doesn't look at you and just puts his hand on your head. Or his hand on your head. My bad. I misworded that.
No, yeah.
He just
Fair
grabs your hand and puts it back on your head. Don't touch me.
Jeez.
Don't touch. No,
Yeah,
no.
the two of them like don't like look at each other. It's just like little pat, and then break away.
All right. So yeah, if nobody else is wanting to do anything, you guys can start making your way back down the mountain. Zick, I will count your 24 hours of bless starting from now. Just because
Sweet, thank you.
it doesn't really do
Nice.
anything to be like, yeah, you get 24 hours of bless. I go to bed. It's gone.
And it's gone.
Exactly. So I will count it for a little bit.
Thank you.
You guys start to you recast Tensor's floating disc, get your cart balanced back on it, start to walk it back down the many steps that you guys came to get up here. Luckily, going down is not nearly as difficult as it is going up. You have to be a little bit more cautious near the top, just because the steps are kind of like icy and snowy. But as you start to get a little bit lower down and the surrounding air kind of warms up, it all turns back into stone, and you guys are all able to continue making your way down the mountain.
I guess we're going to Corvair.
Yeah, you guys get down probably about noon-ish to the bottom, and have, let's see, I'll move you guys back to your player map, I guess.
Hitch the horse back up to the cart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Basically just above the abandoned workshop. Which, like, if you like kind of like look down from up on the mountainside, like you have a really nice view from up here. Like you can see all across the ocean. You could probably even like see Corvair from here. You can see like the smoke billowing out of the chimneys in the morning and things like that. It's a very nice view. Yeah, start to make your way down. You got 1, 2, 3, 4-day travel back to Corvair.
Yo, so like, is this world round
Yes.
or is it flat?
It's
It's
round. Fuck you. Get that shit out of here.
Being a flat earther.
Giovanni is literally starting like the flat Earth.
From all the way
Oh,
up
no,
here,
I
you
mean,
look
like-
out over the horizon and see there is a definite curve to it.
Oh, okay.
This world is also quite a
Yeah.
bit smaller than Earth as far as like diameter and stuff like that goes, so the curve would be more prevalent than even if you were to be up in a mountain range on Earth kind of thing.
Okay.
Is the water falling off the edge of the map?
No.
No, there's a
That's
big
what
ring
I
of
was just like-
mountains on the outside that keep it in.
No. I was just
Obviously.
like, hey, so like obviously we could go to like the next continent if we took a boat across the short side and don't take the long way.
Yes, you could cut left and cut across the water to come out by Krynith. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Thank you very much.
Yes, it would be quite a bit faster to go the other way than to cut across the water there.
It's like risk it doesn't have place.
Oh man, we ain't going to Krynith because like I ain't going that way. I might go the long way.
Is
Like
the
Sinbad,
Earth
you just, like,
flat? Oy.
It's like Sinbad, you just hook up like flying sails to your boat, you just fly across the edge of the world.
What's on the other side?
So you guys get to the bottom of the mountains. You hook up your horse and carriage and start to make your way back out across the path, making your way back down towards Corvair.
Mhm.
It is a surprisingly quiet journey. You guys have, I guess, lots to think about on your 4-day journey back. Some new information having come to light. It takes you, 4 days worth of food and rations, or water and rations and stuff. Y'all want to mark that off?
Oof.
I am now out of food.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 foods.
Don't worry, Hatch has
Four.
potatoes. He can share.
Add potatoes.
Yeah, they're actually gone after this.
There you go.
Like I'm now into my rations.
Potato a day keeps the hunger away.
One
Before we
potato
get,
a
like,
day.
You said this path when we come back in, it kind of is like not like the main
Forgotten
road,
Trail.
but it's like like the more seedy part of town we come in on.
Kind of. So there's
Kind of.
here. It'll be more obvious when I bring you guys to the map of
Okay.
Corvair.
Oh,
I
it's
gotta zoom
loading,
out
it's
again.
great.
God, I had to zoom out so
Yeah,
far.
you gotta zoom out a lot.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
So up at the top, you see
Alright.
this is where you guys are coming in on. This is the Switchback Trail, which you would know the names of all these Sai and Brangarn from having been here. Possibly even Giovanni, depending on how much you actually cared about names of places when you came in. So this is a Switchback Trail, and then the trail you guys left out on, this is the Dragon Pass that starts to like slowly, like basically like cut its way up kind of like in towards the mountains this way. At one point, the switchback trail will connect with the Dragon Pass, kind of, and that's basically how you guys were able to come in across this one. But then there's this road, which is the seedy part of town. This goes up a ways before it eventually kind of like stops along the coastline. So this doesn't continue very far north. But this is kind of like your main road that you would take. This would be the way that you would get up into the mountains the fastest. This would be your main route up. Just this is the road that you heard the hunters go out on, and that's kind of the road you used to take to get out to the Kobold Den.
So I kind of like when they're in the cart, so I leans over to Bran. Just like two things. One, who do we report to for that reward about the information? She's whispering this, by the way. I should probably say that. And also, do you have like a cloak I can borrow?
Let me check the inventory.
It's digging
I'd
through his
just rather
backpack.
I'd rather not run into you know who and have them spot me.
I
That
just passed
disguise
her
self
mine.
is self only.
Thank you. she'll
Yep.
put on. It doesn't quite fit her because it's a lot shorter, but it like comes down to like her waist. It's like
Half cloak.
half cloak. Yeah, but it
Um,
covers her ears and her hair.
But I think we should. I think I'm going to sell that item
hmm
to them.
hmm
So
Just have them add it to my tab, I suppose.
I'll be taking a 15% cut.
Fair. She like doesn't even argue. She just looks kind of defeated. Like,
Just wait until you see the room and board tax.
that she makes a face at. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right. So yeah, so you guys start to make your way in towards the, as Matt Mercer would say, the city proper. You make your way in on the switchback trail. Not often used, other than by like people who would want to go all the way up towards the mountains for some reason. You get your way towards the Ashen Gate is this gate on this side of town. It usually sits closed, just because it's not overly used, but it does not locked. So you guys are able to kind of push it open and make your way in. There are guards up on the parapets that kind of like surround it, but they just kind of nod to you as you guys approach. They don't acknowledge you intensely or anything like that, or prevent your entry. Yeah, you guys make your way in towards the city.
Do I know if the city is hostile to kobolds at all?
I'd say you probably don't have any idea.
Okay.
Your people haven't really been out of your home much, so
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do they hate me? I don't know.
We'll
Well, we're
find
gonna
out when
find
you're on the
out.
cross.
Giovanni, I see a amphitheater.
Like, you think I know what that is?
You're a bard. I hope you do.
It's a place where you could play your music.
Place to perform, usually used for like stage shows and everything.
yeah, plays and things like that.
Yeah.
But you can be battle of bands.
Go make
You
some
found me
gold,
in-
brother.
You found me in the woods.
I was found in the woods. What do you mean?
So you have spent some time here, so I mean, like, you do know of some of its some of the things here. You worked here for a while, so not horribly foreign to you.
He just points at the building like, oh, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, the stone half circle, yeah.
Yeah. So where exactly are you guys going?
I guess.
Shy, lead the way.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll probably point the way towards like where her memory serves her, where the shop location was.
I'm assuming in the merchant district somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll be heading that way. like wherever you're pointing.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll kind of like lean out of the cart like next to Hatch and like starts pointing him directions.
Yeah, so you guys make your way down to down here. You guys can see that. Snap you if you'd like.
Yeah.
I'll move your token. So yeah, you make your way out to a small building set on the corner of the merchant district. You see there's a small wooden sign hanging out front, kind of like a large pane glass window with a bunch of different like knickknacks, fishing nets, backpacks, that kind of thing, all hanging in the window. You see there's a small little wooden sign that hangs above it that said strings and things, and yeah, it looks like there are lights on inside.
Just like Sai's just like
Yeah, I was
not
gonna
happy.
say, go inside.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
Sai should probably hang out outside.
Yeah. She asked Bran. She has like a little bit of money squirreled away, so she hands him like a couple of gold pieces, and she's like, "Buy me some rations while you're in there." And she like sits back in the cart and like waits, like ushers everyone else to go inside. If you need me, come get me.
All right. So do you guys make your way inside?
Yeah, I push open the
Sure.
door. Maybe hear a bell go off.
Yeah,
Let
absolutely.
Bran lead.
There's a little ding ding
Zick.
as you push the door open.
What do I see, Colin?
Sorry, Hatch was saying something to Zick. I just want to.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna give Zick a couple of gold coins and just hand gesture food to his mouth.
Sick, just like
Potato.
Hatch has
pockets
not
the
been
gold
verbal for the
coins while
past few
staring at
days.
him.
Yeah. I guess we're both hanging out in the cart.
What'd you say, Braden? Sorry, everyone was talking at once. I didn't hear you.
I just pocket the gold and kind of like stare at him.
Like he keeps gesturing food.
How many gold did you give me?
5. I'll give you 5 gold pieces.
Copy.
Hookers and blow.
You're damn right, buddy. Go into the store.
Okay. So everybody but Hatch and Sai is staying out, is going in.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys make your way inside. You see a fairly small but also very kind of cluttered shop. Shelves lined in as much of an order as they can. You see like some sections that have like herbs and incense, candles, that kind of thing. Other sections that have more of like adventuring gear. Nothing super fancy, but you see like bear traps, kind of like backpacks, kind of like fishing rods, that kind of thing, all in one section. There's a small section that has like a few like kind of like shoddily made wooden shields that are all kind of like stacked up in one corner. And then there's also sections that sell like more finer things. There's kind of like cabinets that have a variety of different types of like silverware, like plates and glasses, that kind of thing. There's even like a small like rack that has a various different colors of robes and kind of like vests that are hanging off of them. It seems like a mismatch of a bunch of different stores all kind of packed into as small of a space as it will allow. It definitely gives you the vibe of like a thrift store kind of thing, where it's just like whatever people had that he could get his hands on is what he's selling kind of thing, and you see a variety of different belongings. As you guys kind of push your way in, there's a small bell that rings as the door kind of like knocks against it, and you hear some rustling from the back before a small door behind the back desk kind of gets thrown open. And stepping out, you see a very short but very kind of pudgy man. Has a kind of like a vibrant purple overcoat that kind of goes over a nice kind of pale green kind of dress shirt of sorts. He has a small, almost looks like a fez hat type of thing, but it's kind of like a dark purple to match the vest, with a very short kind of sporadic, what looks to be thinning gray hair from what you can see that kind of like sticks out from underneath. He looks quite pudgy, and you see his face is quite red. He has one of those very large, kind of like wide, round noses. And he sees you guys all kind of like step in, and he just kind of like opens his arms out, and he says, "Oh ho, welcome! Well, welcome to Strings and Things. What can I get for you, fine folk? He kind of like double takes as he looks at the kobold, and then sorry, yeah. What can I get for you?
Yeah, rations.
But of course. How many were you looking to procure?
How much are they?
5 silver apiece.
I'll get 2 golds worth.
That's 4 rations. Gladly. He kind of like goes through and counts them out in these kind of like wrapped, kind of like almost like brown paper, kind of like bricks, and kind of like stacks them up on the desk. And is that all you needed?
Yo, can I get a fishing rod?
Of course, of course. Would you like a fly fishing rod or a standard?
Standard.
Of course. That will be 2 silver pieces.
Okay, okay. Do you have a bag of tricks?
A what?
A bag of tricks.
Tricks are for kids.
What is that?
No.
We have bags.
No, Travis. No. That's yeah.
Tricks are for kids. Yes.
Yes,
You never know,
we have
you
many
might-
bags. Did you want any sort of bait or tackle to go along with your rod?
Ooh, bait would be good. Yes,
course.
yes. And
Uh,
yeah, just the whole works for fishing.
I kind of figured. So it'll be 1 gold piece for the tackle, and it comes included with quite a bit of bait. If you wanted to get some extra, you're more than welcome, but it comes included with enough for probably about 30 days worth of fishing if you were going out once every couple of days.
Right on. So like 1 gold, 2 gold.
I would like to get 10 rations.
Ooh, big spender. All right. Stacks brings you out a stack of. So you said 10 gold worth of rations?
No, just 10 rations.
10 rations. Gotcha. Yeah, so 5 gold pieces.
God, rations are expensive.
They are.
What do you think?
It's
I got a fishing
food for a
rod?
day, and it doesn't really spoil. So I mean, like
Teach
it's.
a man to fish, Travis.
Someone who's never had to buy rations, they're fucking expensive.
We just that was the glory of being in Shoals. We just eat everything we found.
Yeah.
If it walks, we eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could have tried to hunt and stuff like that while you were like,
Yeah,
going
I
through the
suppose.
woods on your way to Corvair or wherever. So you're always welcome
I
to
I sure
stop and hunt.
shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Is there like small game traps or something like that?
Yeah, there's bear traps, but like a small game trap would more so just be like string and stick kind of things that you would almost make yourself.
Like a rock fall trap. Or...
Yeah. Small game is more so just thrown together with what you have, but
How much would a bear trap be?
a hunting trap is 5 gold.
I'll buy one.
Oh, could we get a receipt for that?
A what?
Uses money.
No. Travis, I have a theory for this. As for Percy here, it's just so he can show the church that he's doing good work and to keep track of his spending.
Oh, I see where he's going.
I suppose I could write something out if you'd like. I'm sorry, it's not a common practice around here.
Yeah, just like a bill of sale essentially.
Sure. And
Just with the
like,
total cost of everything and a signature that it was you that he dealt with.
of course. He like pulls out a piece of like scrap parchment and kind of like grabs a quill, pulls out a little ink pot from underneath the desk, and uncorks it, dips the quill in, kind of starts like writing down all of it. So it was 5 rations, 5 silver each for 10 gold. And then there was another 2 rations. Do you want me to add the fishing rod, everything, or just what your friend
Just with
Percy was it?
yeah, Percy. Percy.
Just what he purchased? All right.
Yes.
Just the rations. And the bear trap, right? And he
And-
writes that down.
Yes.
Kind of like writes down the gold total and kind of marks it down at the bottom, gives it a little circle, and signs down at the bottom, strings and things, and then a little tick underneath it and signs his signatures, Chapman.
How does he do his H's?
Lowercase cursive, I guess.
Like compared to the ones that we saw in the notes.
The ones you saw in the notes were like capital H's. They were both identical, and they looked like a very like fine calligraphy type kind of thing. This just looks more like a basic handwriting. It at first glance doesn't look like it's similar in any sort of way.
Just a basic signature or something.
Yeah.
Shit.
If someone were to buy, how much incense do you have in stock? I'm looking to buy a large quantity.
We have quite a bit. A lot of the temples around here like to purchase quite a bit. So he like takes you over. There's like a small little like wooden crate that's kind of like leaning up against the shelves that has like a bunch of bundles of incense in it. He kind of says, how much exactly were you looking to purchase? And you can see very clearly they're all bound with a similar kind of ribbon with it, same like wax kind of like stamp holding the ribbon together that has the HH on it.
If I were to guess, is it like 10 gold's worth, 20 gold's worth, 100 gold's worth?
Let me double check. How much is...
You don't know monetary values. You're a lizard.
Hey! That might be true.
Rude.
It's not on the adventures thing, so I don't know exactly, but we'll say there's like 50 gold worth of incense total in the entire crate.
I'll just be like, my church is needing somewhere in the area of like 200 or 300 gold worth of incense. Is there any way you could point me to your supplier? Specifically, the supplier?
Of course, if you would like to. I get it from a gentleman named Herb. He works for Herb's out in the Osmore Woods.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Write that down. Somebody write that down.
He looks at you strangely. He says, I haven't seen many kobolds in the area. What brings you to Corvair?
Just here with my friends.
Yeah.
Incense. 200 gold worth of incense.
Incense. Lots of it. Just traveling with these people here.
Well, I do not mean to press or to pry. Privacy is your own. Just curiosity, more so.
Well, thank you for the information, though. I turn around and leave.
Okay. So while you guys are all inside doing that, and Sai and Hatch, you guys are waiting outside at the cart. Are you doing anything in particular while you're waiting, or?
I think they're both kind of just silent. Sai just looks like a little bit nervous. Just like doesn't really want to be here.
Hatch is just like really focused on like whatever is in front of him, like whatever it may be, whether it's a horse or whatever. But he's like just like still has his like he just has his hand on his scar.
She kind of like looks at him and she's like, "Do you want to talk about it?"
Hatch just points to the great axe that's still in the back of the cart.
Not great memories, huh?
He just shakes his head.
Me neither. Yeah, mine stole from this place and left me with the debt.
Hatch is gonna turn and look at you, kind of intrigued of what you're talking about.
And then I was sent to live with my aunt and uncle, who doubled it over the course of the last 10 years. So, trust me when I say I also don't really like my dad. And frankly, I hope he's dead.
Hatch reaches out a hand, basically, just like in understanding, like if he may, like just reaches out.
Yeah, she takes it.
I'd assume you're not far enough that he could like put his hand on your shoulder or anything, but he just
Yeah, they're kind of, she's like I imagine like she's sitting in the bed of the cart with her back to him, so like he can probably like reach her shoulder, but like she's not really she doesn't really say anything after that. She just kind of like accepts the hand and sits with him in silence for a bit. She does kind of look back at him and says, "Don't tell them I told you that." Also, not really something I like to talk about.
I
Sybil,
understand.
Sybil, is that you? And
Oh,
you
Jesus.
turn and you see a figure starting to make their way in. It looks like they're coming from the south end of town. You can see they have like looks to be like a small cart. It's being pulled by like a donkey that you see loaded up with like what looks to be like bags of flour. And you recognize this figure. This is Maeve. And
Yeah.
and she starts to make her way forward. As she sees you, she kind of like starts to hustle. The donkey like
She, like-
struggles to kind of like keep up a little bit.
Sai's fucking expression does an immediately 180, and she looks so happy. She fucking jumps out of the cart and starts running at her.
She like holds out
Like,
her arms
immediately
and
hugs.
like immediately embraces for hug.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Oh, it's so nice to see you again. I was heard that you've got yourself into a new line of work. How have things been going since you left?"
Well, definitely more interesting, I suppose. There's some new traveling companions. Oh, that's Hatch. She kind of points to the guy standing, or Hatch sitting in the cart.
She waves. Hatch, you see what looks to be like an older woman. She looks to be maybe in her like 50s or 60s, kind of, not too terribly old, but definitely in her later years. She kind of has a basic, almost looks like a barmaid's garb on. Her kind of like
Very similar to what
slightly like
Sai is wearing right
yeah,
now.
very similar. Kind of like a dark brown hair with like streaks of gray in it. That's all kind of like tied back into a bun, and then she has like a little like a bonnet kind of on to kind of like keep it back and keep it out of the way. And she smiles very brightly, and it's like this, despite Hatch's kind of feelings, this is a smile that kind of immediately warms your heart. This is a sweet old lady smile that it just kind of immediately puts you at ease just having seen it, kind of. And she smiles and gives you a wave and says, "Pleasure to meet you, Hatch. I suppose you're taking care of my Sybil, right?"
Absolutely. Hatch is gonna get off the horse and walk toward Maeve and like hold out a hand and like bow toward her.
She says, "Oh, no need to bow, no need to bow." She like kind of like grabs your arm and squeezes it a bit. Says, "Hi, such a strong lad. You found good people to travel with. I have faith that he will keep you safe."
Oh. She kind of thinks to the rest of the group, and she's like, "It's definitely the strongest one of us."
Hatch has a
But-
smile on his face right now after being told that. Like he's now
Yeah.
happy. He's a little happy now.
Says, "Oh, and
Sai kind of like,
there's more that you're
Sorry, go ahead.
traveling with as well."
yeah, she kind of makes her smile like wavers a little bit, and she kind of like gestures to Chapman's shop. She's like, "Yeah, they're dealing with some stuff in there."
And she kind of like acknowledges, and you see like the realization. She's like, "Ah, and that is just why you're out here. I see, I see."
She kind of like thinks for a second. She's like, "What are they saying about me back there? I imagine it's not very good."
Let's just not talk about it.
Yep. Just like sighs. It's like, well, I'm genuinely so happy to see you, Maeve. You always make my day a little bit better.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I actually have some news for you.
Oh.
I had a gentleman stop by the tavern the other day, looking for you.
Oh?
Yes, couldn't really see his face much. Was quite bundled up, but he asked for you by name. I said that you have not worked here for some time, and he seemed to leave it at that. But I just thought I would like to let you know, just in case. Always be good to stay on your guard.
She's kind of like, the cogs are you can see the cogs turning in her head. She's like, she leave a name at all?
She like nods, shakes her head. I'm sorry, no. I tried to ask what he was inquiring about, but he just said thank you and turned and left.
Sai looks a little uncomfortable now. It's like, it's kind of like when you see like cats get like annoyed, like the ears go back a little bit. It's just like I might know who you're talking about, but like you said before, let's just leave it at that.
Of course. I don't mean to dwell on it. We should celebrate you being back here. Are you staying or are you leaving again?
Well, we have to go back out soon, but if we could probably stay for a night.
Do you have a place to stay?
Definitely one place I'm not going, but not really anything in mind, no.
Well, if you'd like, you and your friends are more than welcome to stay at mine. I do not have all of the room to accommodate however many friends you may have, but as long as you are comfortable with sleeping on the floor, I can at least offer a roof over your heads.
That
Possibly a stew for
that would
dinner.
be that would be lovely, Maeve. I will most definitely take you up on that offer if we end up staying tonight.
Of course, you know where I live. So just feel free
Mhm.
to stop by. I will be home for the rest of the evening. I'd just have a delivery to make, and she kind of gestures to the mule pulling the cart full of flour.
Mm. So I gives her like another big bear hug.
She does as well. She like holds on to
Yeah.
it longer than you should too.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll most likely see you tonight, Maeve. But if not, I will try and send you some letters of my adventures.
Oh, that would be lovely. I always like to hear what you get up to. Hopefully it's good. I can't
Yeah.
imagine you getting yourself into any more trouble.
She like doesn't look at her. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I've learned a lot. I even learned some new spells and continuing my magic practice, which is something I haven't been able to do in a long time.
Oh, interesting. Anything fancy that you can show me here?
Unfortunately, not much here that won't cause structural damage. So maybe,
Well, no,
maybe
we
later.
don't want to do that. Don't want to do
I
that.
know.
Well, it was a
Like,
pleasure to see you again. It truly warms
it's
my
great
heart
to
to
see
know
you
that
too.
you are okay.
Yeah. Also, from Hatch's perspective, like, Sai doesn't really like make like she doesn't like she's not that expressive. Like she'll make faces and stuff, but it's usually like defaults back to that kind of bored expression. But like she looks so fucking happy right now.
That's why Hatch's head's inside anything. He's just letting shit go
Yeah.
out.
A warm glow to you, you could say.
Bye, Maeve. She kind of waves as she's walking down the street.
Yep. And yeah, her and her donkey continue off north into the direction where you know the tavern is. So.
Sai kind of looks at Lahash and she's like, if she has a donkey, they probably have some food for your horse as well.
With that, Hatch goes, "Oh," and like he starts like looking around, like, "I'm gonna buy horse food."
Do you want to go inside and grab some?
I'll be right back. And
Okay.
he's gonna hurry inside
I'll
and go
stay
get
with the
horse food.
cart.
Right. So you make your way inside the shop. Like you like as you open the door, everyone is like just about to leave. You like come face to face with the rest of the group as they're walking out.
Sai's like back in the cart.
I point straight to Hatch points straight to the merchant. I need to buy horse food.
Oh, all right, very well. Let's see here. And like goes through some of his stuff. Do they have I'm not sure if this is something that they would have on the list. Might need to make up a price for it.
Animal feed, it should be.
I think it's on the adventurers gear table at the very least. There's probably a price for it somewhere.
I will be right back to use the restroom.
Let's see. Just do like oats or something, I guess.
5 copper.
Yeah, per day.
5 copper a day. There you go.
Standard feed typically consumed by amount per day.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
How much would 10 silver buy me? Isn't it 10 copper per silver piece?
Yeah. So 10 silver would get you 20 days worth of feed.
It's also 10 pounds a pop.
Yeah.
I think he's got the carrying capacity for that.
Yeah, I can carry
Also, we
it.
have the cart too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I can carry
Also, we
it.
have the cart too.
Yeah, true.
I will spend 10 silver on feed then.
Okay. You get a very large kind of burlap sack filled with oats. You can
Yes.
throw over your shoulder and toss into the back of the cart.
Colin, has everyone left the shop now?
I assume so. If you guys all left when Hatch was making his way back in, then yeah, you guys all went outside and are standing
Okay,
back out by the
I
cart
wasn't
with the
leaving
sack.
yet, so
No? Okay.
no, I wanted to hang back because I want to try selling this bag of holding.
Alright, I'm back.
So I walk up to him and I'm like, "I have a deal for you. I have a bag here, bag of holding."
Glad this is where I came back.
It's the best bag.
He
Yeah.
immediately starts to shake his head, be like, "Nope, nope, I'm sorry, far out of my price range." There was a time where once perhaps I would have purchased it, but due to recent-ish events, I'm more so in the market of cheaper, more affordable, commonly traded goods.
Oh, what is the rumor?
What rumor?
Did somebody by chance steal a bunch of supplies from you?
How did you know about
in the background.
that?
No, I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was just like recent events tied to the bag kind of thing.
No,
Or bags of holding. Okay,
no, it seems to
gotcha.
just be.
He's implying the other recent events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point in his
Okay,
career,
there
he
you go.
used to deal in more expensive goods, but now he just deals in your more common goods.
Okay. I just ask him like, hey, do you know anyone that would be willing to purchase it?
Unless you find a private buyer for it, I can't think of anyone in Corvair that would be willing to shell out the sort of coin to purchase an item like that.
All right. Then I guess I'll grab
Say, out of character, you, Brangarn, with your backstory, would know of one
Yeah,
very
yeah,
obvious
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
type
yeah.
of people who would buy
I
it.
kind of figured as much. I'm just wondering if I can sell it to a good business.
Right. Yeah, no.
To keep the
It
blood off my
doesn't
hands.
seem like it's that big of a
Yeah.
city. Like, there's no like magic
Yeah.
item shops or anything here. Like, it's this is not a
Okay.
common adventuring town, really, for the most part. They sell
Okay.
weapons and shields and stuff for hunters that go out and deal with like wolves and that kind of thing. But
And like a common militia, maybe
beyond
if
that,
needed.
yeah, there is a basic town guard that guard the city, but they don't go out of it for much reason, and they're basically
Okay.
like privately owned, kind of.
Okay, then I will grab two water skins.
Okay.
Two
Two silver each.
like. Okay. Oh, cheese.
Cheese.
break down
I
my
think
goal.
I have some cheese.
Sure. and a cheese wheel that I can one tick.
And a cheese wheel. I didn't. No one ticking cheese wheels here. Cabbage though. That's
On menu.
it.
So that'd be 50 silver if I do that. That'd be 48. And then so I got two more water skins, and then can I get
Probably like a gold piece for a whole cheese wheel.
hold on, let me.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, no, I'm taking that deal.
They have it at 1 silver pieces for a hunk of cheese. So I assume
Yeah, 10
I don't know,
pieces.
10 chunks in a wheel, I guess.
Cheese heal 1 GP. Okay, and then I'll grab 10 days. No, 12 days worth of rations.
Okay.
So let me go into my rations tab.
6 gold for the rations.
Yeah. So that would be 94. Rations, water skins, cheese wheel, which I wasn't intending to buy.
But now you have.
Yeah. Oh, and a tent. 2
Can't
person
pass
tent.
up a good deal on some cheese.
Okay.
Tent. D&D 5e.
What would you guys
Oh,
like
it's
to
only.
do?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be more.
For what?
Was it 2 gold?
Yeah, it's 2 gold
Hey,
For what?
10.
for a 2-person tent,
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Damn. And
right?
rations are like?
Unless it's different.
No, 2 gold for a 2-person tent.
Okay. Okay. And then I think that's it.
I think if you
Oh, and then
equate D&D money to real life money, 5 silver is about the equivalent of like $10. So that's like a $40
Mm.
tent.
Okay.
Which I mean,
Okay,
nice.
that's reasonable.
That's reasonable. Yeah.
Because a ration is 5 silver, and like you could get a like, mediocre meal for 10 or like $10 or whatever. So that's usually my general kind of equation.
Okay, and that's everything, and I bid them farewell.
You guys will make your way back out towards the cart. Where would you like to go from here?
Sai kind of like briefly explained to the party that she ran into an old friend and we have a place to stay for tonight.
Well, not everyone.
Oh, what do you mean?
She said she didn't have enough lodging for everyone.
She didn't have enough lodging, but she said we can sleep on the floor.
Yeah, she's
So
like, I
no,
don't have the
nothing.
beds to support however many friends you have, but if they're
Oh,
okay with
gotcha.
sleeping on the floor, they're more than welcome to stay. I can give them a roof over their head at the very least, kind of thing. So she doesn't have like 6 spare beds. She's a commoner, so
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Fucking
didn't
pleb.
mention the
I mean,
bag.
hell, I could sleep outside
No.
as well.
No, we didn't. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
you
only
might
one
have
that-
out, we're all
You
just like-
sleep outside.
I mean, I offered.
Do we want to call it here?
I was going to fairly shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like a good spot.
Well, there's.
Maybe we'll go to.
I'm curious as to what you guys are wanting to do next. I like to be able to plan, so I want to kind of end it at least on a spot where I know what you guys are doing. So
I think
would say like the
just
guild
kind of
hall.
getting some supply, like even more supplies, because like I didn't want to go into that shop, and she'll probably want to like look around and see if there's any.
What you mean? I got you rations.
You did get me rations, but I also need a tent. And like,
Oh, the reason I bought the tent was for like.
oh,
both
us
of
too.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but still. All right. So you gave me a water skin and 6 rations. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much. Or like I can hold on to them because the bag of holding is.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'd rather have the water skin on her though.
Okay.
Did you guys mention that you found the dead bodies or found the body of the?
There was
guy?
none.
There was no body. It was just a blood trail.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Other than that, they didn't tell us shit.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like we go to the guild hall and be like we found shit, but yeah.
Also, do you guys want to see a sketch I made of Baby Sai that made me really sad?
God.
When I first started making her character. Hang on.
I'm assuming we're just gonna walk into Sai's friend's house, bunk
Yeah,
up there,
Maeve.
and then figure out what to do next day.
We'll probably head towards the Osmore Woods.
Yep.
That's our next lead.
Get herbs,
Yep.
herbs.
And
Herbs.
then we should drop off that like information about the hunter.
Oh yeah. And also drop off any cash, extra supplies we have to the Thieves Guild.
Okay. So you
Oh,
guys.
I couldn't sell anything, so
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So I guess we'll have to find somewhere else to sell
nothing.
it.
But I would like to go talk to them, see if they have any more leads, or if I can get more information about herb.
That's Baby Sai, by the way.
It's terrible.
It's depressing. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Right, so you
Just gonna
guys
go get some milk. It's fine.
Ew.
went to the store
Milk
for a
and
pack of cigarettes. Yeah. Right. So you guys make your way to Maeve's to rest for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Sai like knocks on her door and immediately hugs her again.
So you guys make your way up. She basically lives like out like up yonder.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are able to make your way up there. She greets you all. She'll make you guys like a nice potato stew for the evening. It's not like the most delicious thing you've had, but it's filling enough that you're sated at the very least.
Sai fucking Hatch hands her potato while she's cooking. Yeah.
I think he's out now, right?
Oh no.
He takes one of the potatoes and pockets it. Like, I'm out.
Thanks.
But
Go to bed.
So, yeah, so you guys are all able to rest for the evening and mark off your long rest. It feels nice to sleep in in a normal building for the evening as opposed to either in a stinky kind of kobold den to the others.
Hey!
For Zik, it's normal, but well, it is for everyone else who isn't
Fair.
standardly from there.
Who isn't a tribal?
Yeah, so you guys
Yeah,
are all
looks
to go
real
there.
rich coming from a dwarf.
Sybil, you're kind of woken up fairly early in the morning as Maeve has like already kind of like gotten ready. She kind of like gives you like a little bit of a shake and says, "I put a few loaves of bread out on the counter for you if you would like to take them with you when you guys leave. I have to get to the tavern. My shift starts fairly early, but I wish you all the best in your travels, and it truly was a pleasure to see you again."
Of course, I'll be sure to write you a Maeve.
She gives
Don't
you.
let them get to.
Sorry?
Don't let them take advantage of you.
I never do. Don't you worry.
Smiles.
Well,
Right.
it gives you another hug and makes her way off. Kind of closes the door behind her and makes her way out towards the tavern.
So
you
I
have-
will start getting up and kind of going downstairs and
So
start
you-
like packing some of the things up.
Oh, I guess you technically would be finished your rest because you
Yeah.
you've done your trance.
Yeah, she's been
But,
up for like an hour or so. It's just like
right.
ever since working in the tavern, she's been an early riser.
Plus, only needing the 4 hours is kind of nice. But everyone
Yeah,
else
yeah.
still has a few hours of sleep ahead of them, so you kind of kill some time around the house.
I'll clean up if I see anything. Too.
Okay,
Like, I'll help out.
you clean for her.
Yeah.
You are just about finished cleaning. Everyone is about to kind of like start stirring awake. When the front
Yeah.
door of the house is thrown open and you see Maeve
got-
coming in, she looks pale and
It's
panicked.
medium.
And she says, "Sai, it's your aunt and uncle. They're dead." And that's where we'll leave the session.
So who died?
My Sai's aunt and uncle.
Everybody in my life keeps dying.
Thank fucking no. Sai's talking about that one.
And that is where we'll leave the session, though, for the evening.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Uh,
That was a good
GG's, we
session. I
made a
like
bit
that
of
one.
progress.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Felt like
much
we got somewhere.
again for the raid. If any of you guys are still here, it was very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful artwork. We'll be back again for this campaign next Friday, and I will have our Tomb of Annihilation session on a Monday. If any of you are interested in that. So thank you for stopping by the stream, and have a good one. Goodbye.
Yay.
Damn.
Boy.